It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, it is that time again, Formula 4 Racing. And we are at Shanghai, China. With me, as always, is my co-commentator, That In. Hello there, Housey. How are you, brother?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Looking forward to this one.
There you go, mate. And yeah, the boys have... they're very eager here at Shanghai, China, mate. They've already readied up. And they're already out on track. So there you go. The boys are keen. It is absolutely raining cats and dogs here. And just have a look how wet it is, mate. Of course, in the Aussie division that was just, well, a few hours ago now, it was absolutely dry for both quali and for the race. But there you go. So we've got a wet quali from Callum, our driver of the day last week. And a dry, wet race is what he's saying. The Amigo, Infamous Pillars, has jumped in the chat, and P's for pole is what he reckons. And, well, old sparring partners to say the least. And in the race, Pillars has thrown his prediction down, saying Droftas P1, P's P2, and Chazza, the Geordie Juggernaut, in P3, he reckons. And I Am Sloth, full wet quali and race. Oh, so there you go, Housey. It's, well, I mean, UK boys, they're copping the weather. I mean, you guys should be used to it. I mean, let's be fair.
We are used to it, and to be fair, the boys have got me to blame on this one, because I did say in the Australian division earlier that it's going to be wet in the European. So I jinxed it for them. But I do love a bit of rain, Skate. You know me, I do love a bit of weather.
You do, mate?
A bit of weather. It spices things up. It does spice it up.
Oh, sorry, mate. And a bit of a tank slapper from Endenge. And, well, just coming out of that first sector. And, Oh, I just want to keep everything pointed in the right direction at the moment here, Housey, as you
It
well and truly
can,
know.
yeah.
And Denger's got some quality, the Swede. He does, of course, been on the podium the last few. And we'll get to that in a little minute, because I do understand that the great man, Housey, has done a lot of research over the journey. And, well, the Bible has come out. And we might do a bit of a Housey we might do a bit of a Housey segment in Q1, of course. The less frantic session, so to speak, while there's an opportunity. So, Housey, whenever you feel like you want to take away your segment, we'll call it the Housey Statman 2.0 segment. And whenever you want to take charge, go for it, my friend. Of course.
Yeah. No pressure, obviously. Yeah, like you say, there is some cars out on the track. So, and then sorry, I'm cutting myself off there. And then losing it out of turn 14, 15 there. Could be a bit of a tricky track actually, this one. I mean, especially in the wet, although sometimes the wet weather, it looks like it's wet, but you can get away with running dry sometimes. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, these times are going to start to light up the boards with some time, so we'll leave you viewers just to keep an eye on that timing tree, and we'll get to the running order a little bit later in this session. But for now, our skate session, we'll go with the Housey Statman 2.0 section. So we'll do a little recap from the Australian division without giving too many spoilers away for you guys. I will remind you again actually later on. But it's a good finish for Rockstar today. All 4 cars finish the race for them in the Australian side. The only team to have a 4-car finish, and they do that quite often actually. I've noticed with Rockstar, very consistent they are with the finishing in the Australian side. I'll leave the times for later on till we get to those sessions. So let's have a little recap of last week's results in this division. So P1 was Andenge, P2 was Sloth, P3 was Peas, fastest lap went to DJ. Pole was Andenge, and driver of the day, as mentioned before by my good friend Skate, was Callum Tyler. Best finishes last week for Callum Tyler, also in P4, and Kaiser, who finished P5. Only 9 people have stood on the podium in this side of the division. That is Peas, Droftus, Sloth, Pillars, Extremist, and Denge, Crazy Bill, who is no longer with us, Energetics, and Charlie Scott. And of those 9, only 5 have stood on each step of the podium, them being Peas, Droftus, Sloth, Pillars, and Denge. So the following drivers are on runs of staying in the same spot or moving up in the Drivers' Championship. So Andenge is on a 7-week run of staying the same or moving up. Sloth 4-week run, Extremist a 4-week run, LZ Elbow a 4-week run, Mazzaspin all shot down, and Kaiser all on 3-week runs. 2 guys with the least DNFs so far in this division, the Extremist and Paul Watson, both with 1. They've only had 1. So good work from those 2 boys, and unfortunately most is held by LPE. Sorry LPE, I have apologised to you before for this, and I'll apologise again. It's just statistics, it's nothing personal. Moving on then, we'll take a look at the polls so far. So Droftus leads the way with 5, next is Pills on 3, followed by Peas with 2, Energetics, Charlie Scott, and Andenge all have 1. So that's 6 for Hello Kitty, 3 for Golf, 3 for Jaguar, 1 for Monster, and none for Rockstar. So Rockstar need to pull this one out the bag and get themselves a pole sooner or later. Having a look at the fastest laps then, it's Droftus and Charlie Scott tied with 3 apiece. Pillars is on 2, XS, Sloth, and Denge and DJ all on 1 each. That's Monster and Kitty 4 apiece, Golf 3, Jaguar and Racing each have 1. You do cut me off if you need to, Skate.
Well, I was just going to say, we've just lost Bannister. He's just DNF'd, coming out of turn 15, and, well, there you go, all shot down, sets a 1 minute 45.9. Carry on there, Housey. Carry on, my friend.
Okay, we'll carry on for a minute. So let's have a look at the championship table. I know Skate's been putting those lovely graphics up for you, and I'm sure you'll see them again at some point in the stream. But the championship table then, after 13 rounds, looks like this. At the top of the table, we see only our 2nd change of the season, with Sloth taking the top spot on 200 points with a good last 3 races. That's 2 firsts and a 2nd that Sloth's had. That's moved him up to P1. It's taken the lead off of Peas, who's now joint on points but slips behind on win ratio. So Peas is P2 with 200 points. After last week's pole and win, Jaguar's Pot 2 racing driver Andenge moves himself up to P3 with 177 points. 11 points behind sees Droftus drop to P4 this week on 166. In fifth and moving up is XS or Zerks or X, however you want to call it, who currently sits on 140 points. Just 5 points back behind him. In sixth, we have Kitty's Energetics on 135. Also dropping this week is Pills, who holds 7th spot on 132 points, only 3 points behind. 8th place sees our first non-mover of this week with the Monster Energy Pop 3 driver all shot down, keeping the 8th place for the second week running on 125 points. Up 1 spot then into 9th after a solid 6th place in Spa, we have the Extremist, who's just 2 points back from all shot down on 123, so a close little battle there between those two. DJ moves himself up this week to P10, just 1 point off the Extremist on 122, so that's the Extremist all shot down. And who did I say? Yeah, Extremist all shot down and DJ then, all within a few points of each other. So that's a tight little battle, one to keep your eyes on with this session. See who comes out on top. Jaguars Racing's Paul Watson sits P11 on 106 points. Next up in 12th we have Charlie Scott on 93 points. 9 points back sits Callum Tyler in P13 on 84 points. Ramsell stays 14th this week, but only 1 point behind Callum on 83. A good 10th place last week sees Bannister move up to P15 on 77 points. Golf Racing take the next 3 spots with Mazzaspin P16, Just Mikey P17 and LZ Albo in 18th on 67, 42 and 41 points respectively. So again, close battle there between Just Mikey and Albo, 42 points and 41. Nice one to keep an eye on. After only 4 races with us, Kaiser sits P19 on 37 points, and rounding out our 20 drivers is LPE, not too far away with 32 points. Is there anything going on track we need to know about, Skate?
No, not in particular, mate. The boys are just getting their eye in, of course, setting their laps. Still got, well, half a session remaining, or just under half a session remaining. 7.5 minutes to be exact there, mate. So, yeah, plenty of time for you to keep doing your thing.
Let's have a look at the pot situation then, while we're still waiting for LPE, the Extremist, and DJ Death Dragon and Charlie Scott to set their laps, and then we'll get to see what the tree's looking at. So, pot 1 then sees P's drop from P1 to P2, with Sloth moving to P1. Droftus is P3 for the 3rd week running. Pills is P4, and Charlie Scott sits P5, which is where he has been since joining the league at round 6. Pot 2 then, no change in pot 2 this week, and Daniel stays P1, Xerxia XS stays P2, DJ stays P3, LZ Albo and Kaiser stay P4 and P5, having only done 5 and 4 races for us so far. Energetics is on a 3-week run at the top of pot 3, all shot down is P2, while the Extremist moves himself into P3 after scoring 6th place last week. Just Mikey is 4th and LPE is 5th. Paul Watson continues to dominate pot 4 in his Jaguar. He's been P1 now for 12 weeks running. A change for 2nd place this week in pot 4 has seen Callum Tyler move up from P3 and Ramsell drop to P3. So that's Callum in P2 and Ramsell into P3. Bannister stays P4 for the 2nd week running, and Mazzaspin stays P5 where he has been for the last 4 weeks. So he'll be looking for a good result here at China. Moving on then quickly to the constructors. Jaguar move up to P1 this week on 515 points. Hello Kitty dropped to P2 on 486. P3 is held by Rockstar, who moved up from P4 on 459 points. 19 points back then we have Monster on 440 in P4, with Golf for the 2nd week running staying P5 on 402 points. The combined constructors, if anyone's interested, is P1 sees a change with Rockstar taking the lead on 1,012 points. Hello Kitty drops to P2 with 1,001 points, just 11 points behind. Monster stay P3 for the 5th week running on 959 points. Jaguar P4 on 957, and Golf stay P5 where they have unfortunately been the whole season with 757 points. And then just one note that I've scribbled down after all this was that after today's results, unfortunately, LZ Albo is going to have a 5-second penalty at the end of the race time for incurring too many penalty points too many license penalty points. So unfortunately, he's going to have a 5-second penalty added to his race time when we get to that point. So I think that will wrap it up for a minute. We've got a couple more little stats just for Q2 and Q1, but I'll pass it over and you can talk for a couple of minutes about what's going on in Q1.
Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause there for the Statman 2.0, and that was absolutely quality, mate. I'm sure all the listeners and all the viewers out there would have appreciated just that hard work that went into
We'll wait for some feedback.
We'll wait for some feedback.
If it's not wanted, we'll scrap it.
Well, I mean, you're very easily swayed there, mate. Come on, Housey. You got to back yourself in a little bit more than that. That was absolutely brilliant. We're currently watching Charlie Scott at the moment. He is out there. Well, Geordie Juggernaut, as I used to call him, nicknamed him. Quite a while ago. And there he is out there on track, the Monster Energy driver. And, looking for a good result here at Shanghai. He was in the chat prior to jumping out on track, and there was a bit of a hang on a minute. Not too sure what we're hanging on a minute for, because he's currently out there on track. He's about to hit the sector 2, and he's lit it up purple.
We'll see in a minute.
He's lit it up purple. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So
he's waiting for that poll, then he's going to say that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, well, of course, Housey, as you do know, this session, of course, being Q1, is a session of survival, so to speak. And, we do touch on it every session, because that's basically what it is out there, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got DJ Death Dragon currently out there on an outlap as well. We are definitely going to focus on the bottom 4, so to speak. We're going to lose 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. At the end of this session. Yes, one short. Not too sure what has happened there. But yes, Charlie Scott getting himself underway. This is going to be his first lap. First crack at it. And it is a 1 minute 43.8. P5. Well and truly safe, Housey.
Yep, so Kaiser's just on an outlap here. He's going to be the next one to cross the line, but he's on an outlap. So where's DJ? DJ's invalidated his lap on the back straight. So he's going to need to go again with 2 minutes 50 to go. Let's hope he's got the fuel. He should do.
Well, he's out there on an outlap at the moment there, Housey, and he's got a bit of traffic to navigate, to be honest. There is a Rockstar Racing driver in front of him, and he peels off into the pit lane. So, gives DJ a bit of free track. Have a look at that. The whole start finish straight to himself. Our resident Arnie, DJ Death Dragon, come on! And, looking forward to seeing what he can do, of course. Yes, that is Hello Kitty. A bit of a latecomer, as I do touch on as well.
DJ's still got a red map as DJ, sorry.
Oh, he does too, mate. He does too.
I don't know whether we've just missed that in turn 1 or whether that was still pending from the lap before. I'm not quite sure, but
not quite sure, mate.
It's going to come down to a last lap for DJ. That's not what he wants.
Well, we've got currently also Looster the Rooster. There he is there, LPE, and LPE starting his final lap here, folks. We're just waiting for that. There you go, 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the session. And, isn't it a shame, Housey? I mean, with that yellow flag and that countdown clock, I mean, how hard would it be to move it? Just to move it, come on, give us something. That'd be fantastic. I'm sure all commentators, streamers, broadcasters, whoa! LPE with it. I don't know if that was just.
He's got away with it. No, he hasn't. He's got front left end plate missing, so I think that's going to be LPE done.
Tell you what, that was all loosey-goosey coming out of turn 4 there, and there you go. Well, we'll get on to loosey-goosey next week there, Housey. Yes, Formula 4's next destination is the USA, but forget about that one. We are here at Shanghai, China, and LPE, aka Looster the Rooster, a bit of a mishap, so to speak. He is missing his left-hand end plate. He is not going to have enough time to get around, put a new wing on, and go again. So that is him done. At the moment, he's currently safe. We've got Callum Tyler out there as well. The driver of the day from last week there, Housey, as you're well and truly aware, currently out there on a lap. So look how much he needs to improve by.
Just exit his turn 13.
Only 8 thousandths of a second, and he will knock LPE, Looster the Rooster, in that dropout zone, folks. So this is one to watch. Can Callum do it? Can he survive this Q1 session? And, coming out of turn 15 now, Housey, this is going to be tight.
Casey's just binned it. Sorry. Casey's just binned it. So Casey, we could lose Casey here. He's on the exit of, what is that, turn 10? As Callum crosses the line then, can he do it?
No, he cannot. Not this lap, but he's got his... He can go again. The checkered flag hasn't fallen. So, there you go. This will be it for Callum.
Just made that.
I think so too, mate. I think so. We've got All Shot Down currently out there. DJ Death Dragon is behind him. So we're going to watch All Shot Down and Callum Tyler. They're the guys that can influence this dropout zone, folks. Or change the order of it at least anyway. And DJ is exactly right. He's behind All Shot Down. All Shot Down will be next on a time run.
All Shot getting a good toe in at the moment from his teammate there down the back straight. Did All Shot Down, so that might have gained him a tenth or two.
I mean, we've got a I don't know why they give us that camera. I do apologise, folks. That is out of our control. Looking at the rear wing there. But here comes All Shot Down. Wants to do better than a 1 minute 45 dead. Let's just see what he can do. He's going to be across the line. He sets a 145-1. Not good enough. Not good enough. We have lost All Shot Down. DJ will be next, Housey.
Yep, here he comes. Just about to take the line. Yet to set a time.
There we go.
Puts himself straight into P6. Good lap time from DJ. So who are we waiting for? Callum Tyler, I believe it was it not?
It is so, mate.
Rockstar Racing, he's just exited turn 13 then, the treacherous turn 13 onto the back straight. Obviously no DRS as the weather is wet, so they haven't got that tool at their disposal. Solely reliant on that extra battery power, of which he hasn't actually used all that much, like 76%.
Yeah, that's right.
So he hasn't been using it a great deal this lap. Can Callum then get himself out? He's just looking for that smidgen. Can he do it?
12th.
I think he did.
I think he did it. I think he did it. I think he got 12th. We'll just have a check on the timing screens.
P14 on his dash. P14 on his dash.
Oh, it is too. P14 on his dash. You are spot on there, Housey. And he does. He survives. So Droftas putting it on the top. And I do know Droftas looking for a good result here at Shanghai. We've got Geordie Juggernaut. Chazza! In P2. Fantastic stuff. And the Irishman. Little slothy boy, their championship leader, of course, changing the baton from Total P's to I Am Sloth. Have a look at Total P's, P4 at the moment, and then Jawboy Housey, P5, DJ Death Dragon, P6, the Extremist, P7, Energetics, P8, Ramsell, the Chiropractor, P9, and good old Xerxes in P10, Mazzaspin 11th, Kaiser 12th, Elbow in 13th, Callum Tyler in 14th, and we have lost Casey, Just Mikey, Looster the Rooster, All Shot Down, and Bannister.
Yeah, unfortunate for them. Obviously, Casey was a little bit of a whoopsie, was a bit of a crash. Otherwise, he would have been through. Unfortunately, though, we did lose him, as I touched on, out of turn 10. Again, another tricky turn to get on the power, even in the dry, let alone the wet. So, can understand how that one would have caught you out, caught a few people out on the Australian side earlier as well, along with the treacherous turn 13, and we had a few little incidents, sort of out of turn 7, and I think we had a couple out of turns sort of 3 and 4, those tricky little corners. So even though this track doesn't look, all that technical, actually there are a few spots on this track which can really catch you out, especially if your setup's not quite fully dialed in.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of boys in the chat, and the Inner Sanctum boys, to say the least. And that is Xerxes saying, why do we always get wet races? And Droftas.
Well, it's my fault. I've already put my hands up for that one.
Droftas saying, the British weather. Now, while we've got a bit of a, the boys are just starting to roll their way out on track. And Xerxes saying, we're in China. Well, it follows you everywhere, Xerx. You brought it with you, mate. And Housey opened his mouth. He's exactly right from Callum Tyler. And absolutely brilliant from the boys. But, yeah, there you go. While we've got a bit of a moment to touch on, well, we did touch on it on the Australian stream. The birthday boy, the new Portonian, Droftas. Yes, of course. We're not going to give away age secrets here on Formula 4, but... well, he's getting there. Not quite as old as me, though, Housey, but he's getting there, the old boy. And, well, happy birthday to Droftas. Of course, yes, that was on Sunday. And, there you go. He's dropped the ball himself. Yeah, I was going to do a bit of respect.
Not Saturday.
Yeah, it was Sunday for me, mate. And, there you go. World clocks, eh? World clocks. It's not my birthday. Give it a rest. He's 32. Well, I'm just giving you the props there, Droftas, making sure
Should we sing him happy birthday?
Well, I'm
Should we
not.
sing him happy
No,
birthday?
you can go for it. You're not
Happy
sucking me.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Droftas.
Well.
Happy birthday to you. There you go, look.
I tell you what, Droft, if you don't feel special, didn't feel special before, you should feel special now, because that is a rare treat. That is a rare treat. You've got the great man, Statman 2.0, singing to you. Well, it's almost a love story in the making. You might have to dot your I's and cross your T's with your boy and Denge first there, mate.
How do I unsubscribe from Droftas? Yeah, you're lucky we're not racing at Christmas, otherwise I'll be singing you Merry Christmas too.
Well, let's pray to God. The season. I'm pretty sure the season ends before.
Blame
then,
Chasey.
So, we'll blame Choo Choo Train. We'll blame Choo Choo Train.
Yeah.
We've got a first time chat from a viewer.
Who is it?
And that is R14Racing. Well, welcome to the stream. I tell you what, you're watching Formula 4 Racing. This is the UK or the European division. We're currently watching Albo out there on track. This is the beginning of a Q2 session, my friend. And well, I tell you what, if you're enjoying what you're watching, how about click that little follow button and get yourself involved? Yes, absolutely welcome everybody who becomes a supporter of us. And yes, you're going to see this track map light up purple. I do believe Albo was the first one to blink. And we are staying with him to see what he can do. And it's raining.
I think the extremist was, but...
Yeah, I think he...
let obviously Albo past.
Yeah, I think so, mate. We are at Shanghai, China, and, well, on this long back straight is Albo, and this is Golf Racing. This is the livery for the Golf Racing team. There it is there, folks, and that is exactly what it looks like. For all you newcomers out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, the boys had a say in the liveries, the team names. Very, very unique setup here at Formula 4. 5 teams, 4 drivers per team, with a pot-based system based on pace. Everybody gets a pick from each pot. The teams are very well balanced, and that is Golf Racing. LZ Albo getting himself underway as the extremist. That is Rockstar Racing, the extremist doing his thing, putting a P2 at the moment. I think Callum Todd, no, it was not. It was Kaiser. And there you go. And I think we've got Xerxes currently out there as well. Yes, we do, but Charlie Scott will be next. That is Monster Energy as well, and that is what that livery looks like. There is another golf boy. I think that's Mazepin getting his lap underway. Yeah. I think it might
Energetics
be.
Next.
Thank you, mate. That is the Hello Kitty livery there, my friend, and that is what it looks like. So that is Energetics getting himself underway, and he's well and truly backed out of that, mate. We've got 3 Hello Kitties, very much close together on 4 Hello Kitties.
All 4, to be honest.
Four Ramsell will be next.
Ramsel's on the lap. Yeah.
Yes, the chiropractor, aka the chiropractor, the Ramsell, and let's just see. He's looking for a good result. Did have the oh, I thought that was a red map for sure. I thought I seen all 4 wheels off, but no. 1 minute 44.3 from the chiropractor.
Callum crosses the line of 44.536, moves himself P4. Zerx is about to take the line now. He does so with a 44.355, or 335, sorry, P4. Now we've got a bit of a wait. Who is that? It's a Jaguar racing car.
Total P's is on an out lap, so I think it might be Droftas.
And Denge, but he's on a slowdown.
We'll be watching Droftas, of course. Yet to set a time in early doors in this Q2 session. Hang on a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stop the presses.
Guess who's back? Back again.
The Amigo, Infamous Pillars, has just dropped a bombshell. He's back every week from Monday night next week. You can catch the inaugural champ of Formula 4 Racing, the Amigo, Infamous Pillars. If I am not, well, I'll tell you what, he'd want to live up to that now, Housey. He has let the world know that the Amigo is coming back to the grid from Monday next week at USA to be there every week. every week till the end of the season. We've got Mini Ramsell, aka the chiropractor's son, in the chat. And, well, hello.
Daddy's just done a good lap.
Dad's just done a good lap, P3, engineered by the young fella. And there you go, the Newportonian says, no, you don't, son. I'm pot 1, 143.3. And there you go, DJ Death Dragon. DJ P4 with a 1 minute 44.2. Who is next? We'll go to Total P's. Total P's yet to set a time. I'll tell you what, this lad's got some pace. And, well, moved house just recently, and his connections have been a little bit dodgy. Let's hope this one holds out for him. But Total P's currently out there on a lap. He's about to end the Sector 2, entering Sector 3, and he's lit it up purple, Housey. He's lit it up purple, so absolutely sending it is Total P's. Callum Tyler in the chat saying, so nice of you to rejoin us. Well, a bit of stick heading Pillars' way. And, well, I'll tell you what, I reckon Pillars is missing his old sparring partners. Might be a bit of a, what would you call it, Housey? He's a bit of a lust for the competition. We'll call it lust.
A bit of lust. Okay, we'll go with lust.
We'll go with lust. Why not? Let's be fair. It is Pills, and well, he's very much a staple driver here at Formula 4 Racing. And, well, let's just see what Total P's can do, because, well, Total P's will be welcoming Pillars back. But, yes, with a 1 minute 43.0. And he says, Pills, mate, you got a long way to go if you want to catch me, my friend. And Total P's puts it on top with a 1 minute 43.0. Ooh, our championship leader, well, tied leader with Sloth and P's. Slothy boy getting a bit tail happy coming out of turn 13 there, Housey. Q2, 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this session. Plenty of time to reset.
There's the response. Phil says he's missed lapping Callum Tyler.
Yeah, there it is, mate. There it is.
The gloves are coming off.
Well, I mean, not the gloves are coming off. Of course, we know Pillars in the Discord loves those 6 gifts. But, yeah, well, one of his famous sayings there, mate. As Slothy Boy puts a P2 with 1 minute 42.9. As we get a new follower, Manafro. Welcome to the stream. This is Formula 4 Racing, and you are watching the UK division. Your follower number 141. 141 there, Housey boy. And we are getting there, mate. We are getting there. We're trying to, well, this has only been a fresh brand new channel, and we do appreciate all the support we've got out there from absolutely everybody. So thank you and welcome to the stream. Yes. We've got Callum Tyler. Well, as I did touch on, that saying that Pillars has just dropped in there in the chat there. He's got 1 of 6 gifts, and one of his famous sayings is, "I'll lap you 3 times in a 5 lapper." And if you got the if you got the pleasure of knowing the great man, I'm sure he'll be having a bit of a chuckle as we speak. We've got the Extremist out there as well. The Extremist is currently on a lap.
Peace has lost it. Peace is out.
Ooh.
Just coming out the last corner. P16, sorry. Got too heavy on the throttle. Lost the back end. Stuck it in the wall on the left-hand side. So we're going to lose P's.
We are going to lose P's, definitely.
P2, a championship P2 driver is out.
The Extremist puts a P5
Dilemma.
with a 1 minute 43.9. We've currently got Energetics has invalidated, unfortunately. We've got DJ Death Dragon out there as well. Droftas is safe. We're not going to focus on Droftas.
Just about to cross the line.
Yeah, no.
Goes even faster.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, of course. He's well and truly safe. We've got Elbow out there. This will be it, I do believe. I've just got to wait for that bloody... I know there's still plenty of time, mate. 4.5 minutes remaining. So there is plenty of time. There is plenty of time.
So where is Callum? Is Callum further around than Kaiser? Yes, he is. So I think it is Callum, is it not? Because Energetics has just started a lap.
I've got LZ on the stream. I'm just going to put some links in for the new followers, the new viewers, of course. And this is a brief, and I do say a very brief rundown of the penalty system in the league. There it is. There. Click that link. This is the point system, how we award points for our drivers who do finish the Grand Prix. That is the link there, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if you ever want, I mean, this is not compulsory, of course, but this is just something for the drivers and the fans, of course, who want to get more involved. There is a merch store there, folks, and that's exactly it there. So there's those 3 links for you, boys and girls. Check them all out, and get yourself involved. Why not?
So LZ Elbow couldn't improve from his P14 on that lap. So it is going to be, where's Kaiser? Kaiser's boxed it. It's going to be Energetics. Then next, just coming into turn 11, turn 12. Currently in the drop zone, P12.
Well, Energetics got no front wing, mate. No front wing at all. So that'll be him done.
Not? Okay.
That'll be him done. Callum Tyler's
downside, riding on board.
Callum Tyler's out there. Elbow's out there. Elbow is nearly 4/10 slower. Callum, let's just see what he's looking like, because Elbow is not going to improve by the state of that, but he's right behind Elbow is Callum Tyler, our driver of the day from last week, of course. Rockstar Racing. We've got Bozza in there. I'm alive. I'm awake. I'm here. And how are we, ladies? We're not as good as what you will be after your pit and quit last night, my friend. Very disappointing, Bozza. And yes, called you out, my friend. Regardless. So, yes. We've got how wasted. What? Stevie. He's talking to Xerxes, and a bit of faith at least. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. So, well, Xerxes saying that he can't compete with these pad boys. Well, I reckon, mate. I know
his feeling.
Well, you know what? We're all wheel users. I mean, I'm a wheel user, and you just got to suck it up, Xerx. You know, like, I've got faith in you, brother. You can do this, mate. You can do this, and do it for the wheel users. At the moment, you're sitting 7th, so you're not too bad at all.
Here we go, then.
Callum Tyler about to cross the line. He sets a 1 minute 44.1, 3.5 tenths better than his previous best. Currently puts in P8.
So Elbow starts his lap then, P14 at the moment. He's looking to improve. What's he got to get? Let's have a look. What's P10? 43.0. He's on a 44.6, so he needs to find sort of 1.6 seconds. That's quite a big ask. I'm not saying he can't do it. We'll keep an eye on it and see if he can. The Golf Racing lad, P14.
Yeah, Ramsell's a bit further along there, Housey. He's currently a 10th up on his previous best on the back straight, so he's in the drop zone. He's looking to do better than what he's done at the moment. He's done at 144.3, and he's just got to get himself out of the drop zone, of course. I do reckon he can do it. And, well, last week, well, this week was worse, but you gave up. You gave up, Bozza, and that's not what we promote here at Formula 4. And there you go. We have just lost energetics, and there you go. Ramsell does go slightly quicker by 600ths. He still stays P11. Kaiser's out there on an outlet. No, it's definitely not, mate. Elbow will be next, and have a look at his sector time. If we're to believe that by Codemasters, that is 4/10 up. That is 4/10 up on his previous best. Yes. There he is. There, the Golf Racing driver. And well, we'll touch on a little bit later on there, Housey. But we do welcome a new Golf full-time driver that in tabbed F1 to the Australian division. Yes. Driver replacement has gone on, and there you go. Tabbed has earned himself a full-time seat, the winner of the Australian division at last stream, of course, here at this very track at Shanghai, and that is the race that Bozza is talking about. But we are watching the UK division. This is LZ Elbow. Needs to pull himself out of the drop zone. It's a 1 minute 44.0. Oh, P9. Who just got himself out? Yep. Who was that? Callum Tyler. Was it Callum? It certainly was. Does improve with a 1 minute 44.0. Puts in P7. Let's have a look who else is out there. The chiropractor's out there. Mazepin's out there. And, well, let's have a look where Mazepin is.
Ramsell's out there.
Yeah, Ramsell is out there. He's behind Mazepin. So, yeah, definitely. Let's just see. He's on the other.
He's using his ERS again, though.
Well, I don't think he's on a lap, mate. I don't think he's on a lap. So we'll go straight to Ramsell. He doesn't want to give the Hello Kitty a bit of a toe. So there you go. Pulls out of the way, and the Hello Kitty is on his way. That is Ramsell, aka the chiropractor. You will see Mini Ramsell in the chat at some stage. That is his son, engineering the old boy as we speak. But let's just see what the chiropractor can do. He crosses the line right about now and says a 43.7 P7, Housey. P7, the chiropractor's got himself out of Q2 for now. Mazepin in the pit lane. It is all down to Kaiser. What can Kaiser do here, mate? He's lost it. Oh, no, it's all happening here at the end of this session. Yes, we've got LZ Elbow, the only one that can make a difference. Whoa, who was that in the background? Callum's out. Callum's lost at turn 13 in the wall.
No.
DNF. That is his session done and dusted. So we're looking at Albo here. It is Albo. He's the only one. He's the only one that can change this running order. He's going to be very, very close if he completes his lap. His fuel light is absolutely screaming at him. He's got very little ERS. And let's just see what he can do. Keeps it nice and tidy. He sets it's going to be close, Housey.
Yes.
A 143.9 P8 from Albo. And that is fantastic. What a session. What a session.
So we've lost some big hitters there in total P's. Callum Tyler. No disrespect to Mazepin and Energetics and Kaiser, but those two. Mind you, Energetics has been going well, to be fair. So we've lost some big hitters here.
We certainly have. And we've got Water.
Callum was safe as well.
Wuta, I don't know how to say it, and I do apologise. Where is Peas? He or she is asking. Well, Peas unfortunately bottled it, mate, and uncharacteristic from Peas. He put it in the wall, and that was his session done. Yes, you see him in P10, but that was very early doors in this session where he did make that bit of an error. And one of the wheels came off the car, mate. He will not continue in qualifying. His session is done and dusted. We have Q2 completed. And we'll go through this running order very, very shortly, folks. It is just starting to hit. Well, the rain is falling, but it is just starting to heating up here at China. And China has dropped us on top of the timing charts. There you go, with 1 minute 42.5, the new Portonian. And then, of course, Housey's boy and Denge P2 with a 142.6. Fantastic. And Charlie Scott, the Geordie Juggernaut, is there in P3. And then with 1 minute 42.7, we've got Slothy Boy there, P4. Slothy Boy looking to maximise with total P's. Well, making an error, an uncharacteristic error from the great man, and he is out of qualifying. DJ Death Dragon P5, Xerxes 6th, the Chiropractor in Ramsell 7th, Albo 8th, and the Extremist in 9th. We did lose total P's, Callum Tyler, Mazepin, Kaiser, and Energetics in that session. And, well, there you go. Albo has joined in the chat as well. There's some drivers in here. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got total P's. Total P's has joined the party. And, well, our joint championship leader with I Am Sloth. So, well, the championship is firing up.
I Am Anden. Is that Anden? Is that my boy? I Am Anden. It's got to be Anden, surely.
Oh, throw him a bone, Anden, if that is you. Yes, I'm not too sure there, mate. Not too sure. I don't think so. I thought Anden was just Anden's. I'm not too sure, mate. I don't know. But yes, the boys are starting to hit the track, as you can see. Bring all the details up for you guys and girls at home. Who is the first one to blink? Oh, of course it is. Of course it is, Housey. Your boy, Andenge. First one out on track. Man. Team Jaguar. And, well, there he is. Had a great run of results.
Solo. Riding solo.
Riding
he is.
solo.
Yeah, he is. He's doing really, really, really good job. Really good job. Only Jaguar left in this session, though, just looking at that.
He certainly is.
For a second.
He certainly is. And I reckon Pease is starting to be kicking himself right at this moment. He has joined in on the stream. He has joined in on the conversation in the chat. And, well, there you go. There you go. Peas and Pillars, old sparring partners. A bit of friendly banter. And Peas, just so you know, mate, I don't know if you were listening before, but Pillars threw down a gauntlet saying that he's back from next Monday onwards. So, old sparring partners resume battle, and, well, Peas is well and truly ahead of Pillars at the moment in the championship tail. I dare say it'll stay that way. There's only 7 rounds after this one. Only 7 rounds after this
points.
One. And, yeah, 68 points, so he's going to be a very hard man to catch.
Got some catching up to do.
He certainly does, especially with Slothy Boy hitting his straps the way he is too. So there is some fierce competition out there, Housey.
There certainly is. It is all with tongue-in-cheek, though. These boys are generally, on the whole, very well behaved and very respectful of each other. The pace is very rapid, and the gaps are pretty tight here. To be fair, I think this is one of the most tightest leagues in terms of pace. You know, certainly with the pot system. You know, in terms of where pot 1 is, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4, obviously the drivers within those pots, like the pace between them is very minimalistic between between the drivers in each pots, and some people in the lower pots actually outdoing their rivals in the higher pots. So really spices things up, and it's a really something so much different to what other people are running in terms of league, that gives us such a unique platform to be here.
Exactly right there, Housey, and and Denge, first one to blink. First sector, 27.5, so it's a bit of a reference point for us as we move on through this session. A slight tank slappery gets coming out of, what is that, turn 4, I do believe. Yes, it most certainly is turn 5. No, sorry, my apologies. Turn 6, and got a little bit of a tank slap coming in there. Would have cost himself a couple of tenths, and let's just see how he gets on. Of course, this will just be his first run. Usually in Q3, folks, they come out on track. All of the drivers send do a couple of laps, get their eye in, of course, if it's not in already, which it should be. And they set a lap, usually a bit of a banker at the start of a Q3 session, and at the end of it, they'll all come out, whackety whack, 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 and that's when they will reveal their true pace. But tell you what, Housey, tricky conditions here at Shanghai. The rain has not let up. I'll tell you what, I reckon very, very hard to get a read on what is exactly going out there on track. We did have dry, wet, dry start, wet end. I don't know, mate. We're going to fly by the seat of our pants here. Because not too sure what's going to happen with the exact weather towards the, for race start. But here we go. And Denge with a 1 minute 42.757. And that is his lap underway. I Am Sloth is not next. It is the Extremist. He has invalidated. Xerxes will be next. Yes, it certainly will, Xerxes. And let's just see what he can do. This will be his first time run. Let's not forget, it is a 1 minute 44.2. Behind him is Charlie Scott, his teammate. And he sets a 1 minute 42.6. Woohoo! Chazza! The Geordie Juggernaut puts it on top of the timing charts for now. And that is a great lap. The Newportonian, a.k.a. the birthday boy, Droftas on the back straight. Yes, this excuse me. Well, there you go. I got a bit tongue-tied there. But turn 14 and 15 approaching. This is classified a double corner. The entry and exit. Double corner. There it is there, folks. And he is approaching turn 16 is the great man, Newportonian. And let's just see what he can do. Oh, takes enough of that curb. Unsettles the car, but let's just see what he can do. Is a 1 minute 42.8, and that is P3.
Sloth's next. Just exiting those double corners you're on about. Just coming into 16 now. About to cross the line as Sloth. He was going great guns. Only P3 there, 42.884. DJ Death Dragon is next in the Hello Kitty car. And he is going to then put a time in of 1:43.691 to put himself P5.
Ramsell will be next. It's a 43.783. Got Andenge on an in lap. Who else is out there? We've got the Extremist. He will be next. Yet to set a time. Oh, Andenge is going again. Let's just see what he can do.
Just under.
Oh, there you go. So 42.782 does not improve. He was down by 0.02 of a second. Quicker than you can blink an eye there, Housey. And, there you go. It will be the Extremist who is next. Yes, where is the Extremist? Coming out of turn 16 now.
Just about to come. Yep.
He's about to set his lap. Oh, we've got a wide Monster Energy driver. But there you go, the Extremist. With a 1 minute 44.01.
Wide. Charlie Scott then moves 42.624 P1 for Charlie Scott. It's going to be Droftus next. Currently sits P4 on 42.886, but he is up on his sector times, so there should be an improvement from Droftus. Let me just have a look then.
I'll tell you what, not too bad. I don't know if Droftus has changed his helmet, but it's a bit of a sparkling sort of a number as Droftas throws it in the pit lane. And look at the top of that. It looks actually quite fetching. I'm not too sure. It could be the Welsh national colours of the green, white and red. I'm pretty sure that's where he's gone for. And Xerxes has invalidated that run, of course. We've got the Extremist. The Extremist is out there trying to improve. Slothy Boy, our joint championship leader, is trying to improve, and he does ever so slightly. He puts himself P2 with a 1 minute 42.705. Arnie, DJ Death Dragon is in the pit lane. He's in the pit lane. We've got the Extremist is getting out of the way of Xerxes, so it will be LZ.
Time. He's just about to start his lap.
He will have the track to himself, Housey. These boys are all coming in the pit lane for sure.
Well, let's ride on board then with RZ, shall we? Down into turn 1, long sweeping right-hander, doubles back on itself into turn 2. Real tricky to get right. Does so though, a little bit wide potentially, into the left-hander of turn 3. Takes that in 3rd gear. Looking for the short shift in this wet weather, I'm sure. Up 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th gear, through the kink, then into turn, through the kink of 5, sorry, into the right-hander of turn 6 at the end of the 1st sector. Just gone into sector 2 then. He's going to look for this left-hander. This is a tricky left-hander. You can easily lose the back end here, even more so it seems on this game than the last title. Into the right-hander of turn 8. Nice tricky little break in for turns 9. Easy to lose it on the exit here on turn 10, the left-hander. He's safely through it though. Hard on the power and then down into a hard, heavy braking zone into the left-hander of 11.
He's purpled the middle sector. He's purpled it. Elbows on a lap.
So, long sweeping right then of 13, out onto the back straight. Again, very easy to lose the back end here on the exit of 13. It's going to get full on the throttle, full on the ERS. Would be with DRS in the dry conditions, but obviously we don't have the DRS at the moment due to the wet. So heavy braking into 14. Drops it down to 1st, all the way back to 1st. Short shifts to 2nd, 3rd. Now up into 4th. Short little run into the last corner, 16 here, the left-hander. Let's see, a little squirrely on the exit. What can Albo do? It's P9, a 144.267. So I dare say he'll try and go again.
Well, the extremist will be next there, Housing. If we're to believe that split to... Oh, no, he's backed out of it.
He's just pulled out of it.
He just backed out of it. There is a Hello Kitty. Who is that behind him? They're all on outlaps. I Am Sloth is on a timed run. He's the only one on a time run out there at the moment. Furthest along, I do believe. We're going to keep an eye on Slothy Boy.
Yep.
P1, a joint P1 in the championship, of course, tied with Total P's. And Total P's, well... out in Q2, so well, he has done that before, and he has come through the field before too, and well, this is definitely going to be interesting as Slothy Boy purples the middle sector in sector 2, of course, and well, he's absolutely on a lap. He wants to beat Charlie Scott. The Geordie Juggernaut is currently out there on track. We've got 2 minutes remaining. Look at all the boys on outlap, so this is going to be a huge finish here in Q3, and let's just see what I Am Sloth can do. Approaching turns 14 and 15. He's halfway down that back straight there, Housey. And the Rockstar Racing Pot 1 driver. And, well, the Irishman, to be sure, is what he would say. And he loves the trees. But, of course, that was at Spa-Francorchamps. But, Wes, we are here at Shanghai, China. And let's just see what I Am Sloth can do. Takes plenty of that last curb at turn 16. Crosses the line. He sets a 1 minute 42.2. If you don't mind. Slothy Boy, top of the timing charts. Ramsell will be next. Ramsell sets a 43.7.
Yeah.
And there you go. Thank you very much, Housey. There he is there, Mr. Elbow. And I think he might... Is he going to settle that?
Squirrely again. Yeah, he is. He just got a bit squirrely out of 15 there. I'm not sure if it's going to improve or not. No, it doesn't. If he's got the fuel, he can go again. As we now flick then to see who's first along on their laps. We've got fast. It's Droftus. Yeah, it is Droftus. Followed by the Extremist. Just on the back straight now, both of them. Droftus then looking to improve. What we got? 0.6 of a second to get himself up to pole. It's a big ask, but he can do it. We know how good this man is. Needs to keep it clean out of turn 16 then. Does so. Let's see then, can Droftus improve from this P4? He does, he goes P2, 142.301.
Oh, she's firing up.
He can still go.
The Extremist does cross the line. He does improve ever so slightly by just a 1/10.5. It still stays P7.
DJ then.
Thank you, Housey. DJ Death Dragon will be next as the great man Housey did just touch on. He's approaching turns. Well, that is 14. The exit is 15. Ooh. The last corner is 16. And, he's just cost himself a bit of time. As DJ Death Dragon gets a bit tail happy coming out of that second last and last corner. Let's just see what he can do. No, it's not going to be an improvement. He lost a chunk of...
Got to be Sloth then. Sloth was going faster. It doesn't improve the time though, I don't think. Stays P1. Here comes the chiropractor. Ramsell puts himself up P5 for 43.509. Good lap from Ramsell.
And Denge will be next.
Jaguar Racing.
And Denge with a 1 minute 42.5. P3. Who is next? That is Xerxes. Xerxes and LZ Elbow. Elbow's coming around the last corner, turn 16. Let's just see what he can do. Is a 1 minute 43.8. P7. Xerxes is coming. He's coming. It's a 43.4. P5 from Xerx. Droftas is out there. Droftas will be next. He's level pegging. It is 2,000 slower than his previous best. He is ever so slightly just off that front row. And can he put that Hello Kitty car on the front row? Let's just see what Droftas can do. And yes, it most certainly is there, Housey. Turn 15, turn 16 approaching. And here he comes, the birthday boy. Let's just see what he can do. This will be a great result. If he can put it on the front row. Oh, bit tail happy coming out of that last corner. It's going to be close. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. It's a 142.1. What a last sector from Droftas. That is a great lap. Oh, the extremist has invalidated. And that is it. That is it.
So Charlie, good lap from Charlie. I don't know whether we see that one or we just missed that one. I think that was Charlie just coming across the line as we were talking. So Charlie takes pole. Good effort. That was an exciting session.
Well, it certainly was. The Geordie Juggernaut back on top of the timing charts. And there he is there. Look at that. 17 thousandths from the new Portonian. Droftas, P2. I am Sloth. Our joint championship leader with total Ps in P3. And Denge, your boy Housey. I'm sorry, Denge. I'm sorry. It's a 1 minute 42.6 or 5.99. Xerxes there with a great showing there. Complaining about the controller users. But there's a bit of friendly banter going on between Droftas and, of course, Chaz. And, well, there you go. Great lap, Chaz. Frick. Fantastic. Ramsell P6, DJ Death Dragon P7, Elbow P8, and the Extremist in P9.
Yeah, cracking lap there from Ramsell. I have to give it to him. P6. Hey, yes, the boys. There's my old teammate, Suicide 5.
Yeah, the boys. I tell you what. Mr. Altitude. Mr. Altitude has joined the chat. That being Suicide 5, and. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to see the Aussie boys showing their support to the UK lads, and well, it is fantastic. The server's alive and well, the league's alive and well, and the boys are showing their support. We have got. Oh, hang on a minute.
It's dry. That's dry, isn't it?
That's well, dry. My eyes are
not raining. That's for sure.
It's not raining, Housey. These boys have been telling porky pies, and
maybe it'll rain later on. Might rain later. We're just going to have to see. I mean, it's not beautiful sunshine, so anything can happen, but it does look like it's a dry start. As we wait for the boys to select their tyre strategies, then obviously this will be interesting. None of the lads actually getting a chance to put in any laps on the slick compound dry tyres.
Well, Mazzaspin has just joined the chat, and he reckons rain in 15 minutes. He thinks they're not.
Well, there's rain coming then, but
they're not giving too much away. This is almost as accurate as the real man weather report. Come on, Mazzaspin, get better than that. I mean, if we made that many mistakes in a job, we'd be out of a job.
That's Cody's though. Let's face it. Come on, he's just guesstimating in 15 minutes. That could be.
Listen, Housey. I mean, we are in the European division. I can feel the love. But I can feel the love that you've got for these boys. But you know what? Just rein it in a little bit. Rain it in. And,
Rain in 15.
Yeah, rain in 15, I think. And then he's like, we give him a bit of a stick. And he's like, possibly. So, I mean, maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't is what Suicide 5 is saying. And Suicide, it doesn't really matter what he says. I mean, if you take what he says, I mean, you'd be in trouble. Suicide 5 is one unique character. Had a great result in the Australian division. P6, I do believe he finished before stewarding. And, did qualify P3, Mr. Altitude. Had a bit of a messy race, so to speak, at the start there. And, he fought his way back to take home 6th position. And, great showing from the pot 4 Hello Kitty driver in Suicide 5, a.k.a. Mr. Altitude, a.k.a. the groomer, a.k.a. everything else that he loves to be called. He likes to call himself. As we've got a formation lap about to get underway here. I was going to call you somebody else there, Housey. But yes, Housey, we've got a formation lap underway. And, Charlie Scott, the Geordie Juggernaut. That is Shazza. And, thank you very much for reminding me exactly.
Everyone going for the mediums, apart from Mazzaspin, who's
and
gone
Ramsell.
On the softs. Apart from that. Oh, Ramsell, sorry, gone on the hard. So, Interesting choice from Ramsell there. Good qualifying in P6. Let's just hope that he knows what he's doing and doesn't blow this, because was looking good, Ramsell, as LPE and Paul Watson get disqualified from the formation lap. They're still sat on the grid, so I don't know quite what's happened there between those two.
Sure, maybe a bit of contact between each other. I'm not too
Unless
sure.
that's just started them. No, they just put them back to the grid. That's just me being stupid.
Well, the only way that'll happen is if you touch a wall, if you touch another driver. So, it's considering those two are back there, very close to each other on the grid. I dare say there could have been a slight contact, and yeah, reset them to the grid. We've got the great man Xerxes in P5, of course. Yes, Ramsell in P6 on the hard compound, as we did. Housey did touch on. Very interesting guy on the hard compound, especially at the start of the race. He will be rapid towards the end, but he's going to take the punishment early doors there, Housey. We've got DJ Death Dragon out.
He's going to go for the rain, I guess.
Well, let's just hope. I mean, the medium. It's going to be raining in 15, 20 minutes. I mean, the medium would have lasted, but we're not too sure what's happening with the weather, and that could play a handy part in this result. DJ Death Dragon, P7, LZ Elbow, P8, the Extremist, P9, and there he is there, our joint championship leader, total Ps in P10. Callum Tyler, the driver of the day from last week, P11. The free tyre choice, he opted the medium. They've all had free tyre choices. It was a wet qualifying. What am I talking about? These are all brand new tyres. Mazepin out there on the soft compound. Kaiser on the medium. The rest of them are all on the medium from this point on. Energetics. Casey Jennett. There he is there. Used to be a commentator here. As I do touch on, we do appreciate all the hard work he did put in early doors. Now he is a reserve driver, and he is out there in 15th. Just Mikey, 16th. Looster the Rooster, P17. All shot down, 18th. Bannister in 19th. And Paul Watson in 20th. We've got a funny-looking Charlie Scott there. He's not on the grid for me. He's sort of nowhere near his pit box. What's going on?
Where is that one?
Is that for me, or is it you got that as well?
Yeah, no, I've got him lining up behind.
Oh, there he is now. It's sort of all jumped around. And we've got some lights here, folks. We're going to get this underway. 4 lights, 5 lights. There are the revs. The lights are out, and we are go. Great start there by Geordie Juggernaut. Oh, have a look at Droftes, the Newportonian. What a launch. Have a look at this all the way through to turn 1. Fantastic stuff. So far, so good. Well, have a look at the people on the outside. There's guys on the inside. Oh, there's a spinning Hello Kitty. That is Ramsell. Ramsell's falling down the order, and he will be dead last. What a start.
Yeah, I was just trying to pay attention to the back. I saw some other bits of carbon fibre going flying as well, as Ramsell spins it again. Unfortunately, he's got dirt on those tyres.
He certainly has, mate. We've got yellow flags.
Ruin that.
Yeah, yellow flag, sector 1, sector 2. A very, very slow Hello Kitty, as you did touch on. And he's just going to have to sort of putt his way to cool down those tyres. And I do apologise for the voice, folks. I am suffering from hay fever dramatically, and the voice is going all croaky, very nasally. And we're going to push through. We're going to push through. But so far, so good. Droftas taking the top spot. And, well, he's looking for the race win. And, well, he's ahead of Andenge. Total Ps. What a rocket ship. What a rocket ship start that lad has had. He's all over the back of I Am Sloth, and these two are fighting it out for the championship battle. I Am Sloth and Total Peace tied on points, 200 of each, I believe. DJ Death Dragon there and thereabouts, and have a look at those cars. Look at the run down that back straight into turn 14. That is full on.
And then takes the lead off of Droftus down into turn 14. Droftus is looking to try and get it back, but can't do so. So Andenge will lead the first lap over the line. From Droftus, from Charlie Scott, from Sloth, from DJ, from Zerx, from LZ Elbow, from Mazepin. Mazepin then is the only guy on those soft tyres, up into 8th place at the moment, as Kaiser and Pease have both pitted.
Oh, Pease has pitted. Pease has pitted. That is very interesting. He had a great start. He's putting on a wing. He's putting on a wing. So there was a bit of contact there somewhere, somehow, that we might have missed. And there you go. So Energetics is trying to fire up. Callum Tyler up one spot. He's there in P10. Great start by him. And, well, we'll have a look at the Rockstar boys. Rockstars 9 and 10 and P4. Kaiser out of position a little bit down there in 19th. Looster the Rooster. What a start by him. Up in the 13th position is the lad. And, well, well, great start from him, the Jaguar driver, and looking forward a good result here in Shanghai. Let's just see what's happening out there. The two Golf Racing boys, Mazepin and Albo, very much nose to stern there, Housey, doing their thing, working as a team. No DRS, of course, for the first 3 laps of any restart or the start of any Grand Prix. And, well, there you go. Already LPE, loose to the rooster, cops himself a time penalty, only on lap 2 of 28. And, well, Mazepin trying to make the most of this soft compound. He's a little bit off Elbow there a little bit, but how's he making noises in the background? And we have Casey Jennett.
Casey. Yeah, round. That's two corners. That was just Mikey and Casey having a ding dong for 2 corners there. They got it a bit messy and then got it back on track and then messed it up again. So unfortunately, both of those two, I'm just trying to see whether either's got damage. I don't think just Mikey has. I'm not sure about Casey. All I can get is a rear wing at the moment. So stand by, I'll update you in a minute.
So Joftas still on the hunt here, and Denge has the lead, of course, but only by 0.5 of a second. Joftas just hanging on to that DRS zone. Same with the Geordie Juggernaut. There he is there, the Monster Energy Racing driver, just hanging on to that. Look at the top 4, all hanging on, doing their thing. And, well, he's going to be one DRS train. The top 4 have broken away from the 5th place man in DJ Death Dragon, sort of all by his lonesome is DJ. He's got Xerxes hanging on to the back of that DRS, and Xerxes will know that the DRS will be available very shortly and needs to stay within that second. Otherwise, he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck to Elbow behind. So, well, there you go. There's some cat and mouse games playing out there at the moment there, Housey.
Yep, closest battle is that Xerx and Elbow at the moment. Elbow looking to shape himself up for a good position, a good exit out of 13 down the straight, but he's lost time to Xerx, so I don't think he's going to be able to do it on this lap. Gonna have to wait till the DRS is open. Actually, as I say that, Mazepin's crept up and actually taken LZ. So
he certainly has. There you go. That is the soft tyre.
Looking to soft tyre, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Mazepin almost living up to the name. And he kept it. He kept all 4 wheels on the car, pointing in the same direction. Well, if not 90 degrees at one point. But out of turn 15, that car went sideways. He held onto it and, well, has to relinquish a few positions. Callum Tyler moves up. Extremist moves up. And Elbow takes that spot back. Yeah. So there you go.
Extremist going back at it again up the inside into turn 1, turn 2. This is going to get fruity. Just about stays clean. Some good racing there between Elbow and the Extremist. Callum Tyler looking to pick up the places. Callum Tyler's lost it.
Oh, he's out.
And he's out.
He's out. Callum Tyler's out. That is it. That is out. Is his session done? We have a safety car, folks. We have a safety car. We are on board with just Mikey just to see what he has done. Our driver of the day of last week is out. And where is he? There he is there. Look at him. And, well, there he is there, and just Mikey, just slowing right up, so get us a good view. And I think
it was his Delta time.
Oh, it was his Delta.
Well, he was way above it, and he was hit the brakes hard and didn't manage to get it under. He got himself a drive through there.
Well, I mean, yeah, there you go. I tried to make it sound as. Give him a bit of a massage towards the good point of Thingo, but then that drive-through penalty came up. And, well, there he is, the driver of the day from last week. Yes,
this will
lads.
Be interesting then.
So
who pits, who doesn't pit?
Let's just have a bit of a look at the starting sequence. So this was the start of the Grand Prix, and Joftas swooping into the lead. So far, so good. It was all pretty good, except I do believe there was contact, and there was that spinning ram cell. The chiropractor getting well and truly, in the thick of it there, and demoting himself to last position. So apart from a spinning ram cell that did cause a couple of front wing changes, so far, so good. So we've got great on-track camera work, Mikey, DT and all. Well, there you go, Mr. Altitude showing us his approval there, Housey. So we've got some support from the guys, and the Delta is slow. Well, how would you know, Bozza? You pit and quit. I mean, come on, mate. Don't be throwing stick out, mate, because it's going to come back your way this morning. I was not impressed. Anyway, we will move on.
So Mazepin's got rid of those soft tyres and chucked on a set of mediums. He was the only guy to pit, I believe, as Kaiser and Ramsel, I think, pitted the lap before. So I think Mazepin was the only one to pit there out of our 19 drivers. Puts on the mediums. So interesting. And it's just started to rain, Skate. It's just started to rain.
Oh
no! What an error! What an error from Mazepin.
I tell you, hang on a minute.
This
is going to be super, super critical. I mean, the safety car's out. The track is going to get very, very wet. And
it can, like I said earlier, though, it can stay. I've raced this track with this rain for a 50% race before, and it's never got any wetter, and you've been able to stay on the dries. So it's not unheard of to stay on the dries. We'll just see. I mean, I would say it's light rain at this point in time. So we'll see. I mean, the guys have got, 1 or 2 laps to try and make a decision, as Casey has gone for a little spin. Has he kept his front wing? He hasn't. He's going to need a wing change. Casey's off the front right end wing end plate. Jesus,
interesting. Interesting to note, Ramsell has already put the set of the inters on. So, if you ask me, I think that's just a touch early.
I guess nothing to lose from there. I don't know. I mean, it was a bit of a gamble, perhaps, but
let's just see how he's getting along, eh? There is Ramsell there, and well,
it's not wet enough yet.
It's not wet enough yet, but he'd be cooking those inters, so to speak, and he'd want to be careful there out there as well.
Here we go. Everybody else is in. What's everybody else doing? There's a load heading for the pit lane.
I reckon.
Droftus, Charlie Scott, DJ, Zerks, Elbow, Energetics, they're all in.
And they're all bringing out I think they're all bringing out sets of inters. Look at all the inters. They're all inters. Yes, yes, yes. The drivers have said, you know what? We're not taking a chance. We're going to throw them on, get them done. The track is not wet enough, but the safety car is still out. The new Portonian, the first one to blink, there you go. And Charlie Scott following suit. Look at them all in the pit lane. Have a look at that pit lane action. It is full on here at Formula 4 Racing. Well, I was going to say Australia, but European division. And, well, fantastic stuff. Have a look. All the drivers have blinked except for the top 7, and then Denz leads this one out there on slicks at the moment, the mediums, so it's only the medium runners out there, the rest of them all on inters, and well, and Denz trying frantically to see if there is any grip out there, but had to put the heat back into the tyre. And another lap under the safety car is what Bosman is saying. Well, yeah, there probably is another lap under the safety car, but by the time it comes in, the track might just be prime for inters, is what the Inter boys are probably hoping for. Might be a little touch early, but you can start to see the puddles starting to form on track, Housey. If that is anything to go by, if this game has got something correct, it will be the puddles on track, and they are starting to form as we speak, mate.
Yeah, they do look as I'm just running with some of the back runners on the inters, Ramsell, Casey, Paul Watson, just to see what spray is coming up. There's still no spray really off the back of the cars in front, but as you said, puddles just starting to look like they're forming, so the guys have either timed this perfectly well or they're still going to be, no, see, Paul Watson's got nothing under braking on those inters, locking up, although I'm not sure, obviously Paul Watson might be running no ABS. Well, he definitely is running no ABS because he locked up, so some people might be running the ABS. Paul Watson definitely isn't then. That's where, again, the ABS comes in these tricky conditions. So much difficult to manage in the wet weather as opposed to the dry. So let's see then, will my boy, will he box? I don't think he's going to. He is going to. So is everyone going to follow him?
Well,
no. Nearly doing a Lewis and Bopton.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, mate. Jesus, Housey, what a reaction, mate. What a reaction. I'll tell you what, your boy nearly put it in the wall, in the pit, nearly did a Bopton. He nearly did a Bopton. Bopton did it in the dry, which is unbelievable. And that is the reason why we get the great Kiwi in Bopton to name the walls out here on track. Every track we go to, there seems to be a wall. And, well, he's got a list a mile long of all these names. He's like a new father is the Bopton. He gets to name his kids everywhere, and that's absolutely all the concrete barriers that he gets to hit over the journey. He's a great lad, a good friend. He doesn't mind a bit of stick, and we love to give it out. So, good stuff from the Bopton man. But, yes, we are in the European division. The safety car is still out. Everyone on track, Housey, has blinked. The Inters are on. And, well, the new Portonian, Mr. Droftas, leading this one. And look at that. As we just flick to him, the spray coming off the rear tyres off that safety car. It is time. Excuse me. It is time. It is
they've called this one just about right. all of a sudden we've gone from no spray to a lot of spray. So, yep, in a blink of an eye, we have gone. So it is going to be the Inters here. Just Mikey, unfortunately, down in 19th place, has got that drive-through to serve on the restart as the safety car is going to be in this lap. LPE's got 3-second penalty as well. I'm just going to have a quick look at the position changes. So far, the biggest gainer is Bannister, up 12 places in P7. Next up, it's Paul Watson, up 10 places in P10.
Oh, safety car is in this lap.
So far, yep, it is. Biggest loser then is Ramsell, down 11 places, P17, and then Slothy Boy, down 10 places in P13.
Sorry, mate, I was just paying attention to the Suicide 5. I can hear the screams from Bopton under that bus. He puts himself there every week, does the lad, and he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind a bit of stick either. So, well, we're warranted. He will get it. Same with Bozza for pitting and quitting earlier on. So we're warranted. He will get it too. So. Droftas takes the lead of this one. Whoa, the Geordie Juggernaut, bit of a tank slapper, and that has released Droftas. He will say thank you, Chazza, and I'm taking the lead. 7/10 of a second already. DJ Death Dragon in P3, fantastic start by him. Yep. He is up there, and same with Xerxes. So we've got Hello Kitty, Monster Energy, Hello Kitty, Monster Energy, and Golf Racing are our top 5. Elbow doing a great showing. Energetics is there and thereabouts in P6. Bannister, whoa, he's up into P7 there, Housey. Fantastic start by him. Mazepin showing he's finally showing us. Oh, he's around. He's out. He's out. He's out. Oh, he's lost the wheel. Wonder if that's going to be a safety car, Housey. Wonder if that's going to be a safety car.
No sign of it.
No sign
at the moment.
And Just Mikey exits the pit lane. There you go. So Just Mikey will take that last position. So Droftas leading this one by 1.1 seconds over Geordie Juggernaut, that Chazman. And that is Monster Energy versus Hello. I thought it was a bit of a take slapper. Must have been a bit of a lag spike from myself. Energetics is there trying to hunt down Elbow. He's closing, and I tell you what, these Hello Kitty boys are starting to fire up, Housey.
Yeah, bit of a ding-dong between Paul Watson and Sloth there. Paul Watson getting it slightly wrong, running off tracks, cost him a load of places. He's down to P16 now. So people just trying to find the grip on this Inter tyres. It's going to take a lap or two to really get some decent heat into them. Kaiser looking at the back of Bannister. It's quite a close battle on track at the moment. And Denge then closing up on the back of Kaiser as well. So 3 cars not too far away from each other. Bannister, Kaiser and Denge, P7, P8, P9. Having to tuck in for a minute though.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bannister looks like he's to be the cork in the bottle, so to speak, because he's dropped a little bit off Energetics there. And have a look at the train behind him. Look at that. Look at all those cars. And, well, they're all coming into their own here, Housey. We've got Bozza cheering on Elbow. Yes, the Golf Racing driver, as Sloth is all over Casey Jennett.
Yeah, he's coming. So's Pease. Back in 13th, he's got Sloth in 11th, Extreme with 12, Pease in 13th. Pease is making a move as well. As Sloth's around the outside of Casey, is that? I think it is. Has to tuck back in there.
Look at Slothy
looking
boy.
for the switchback.
Look at Slothy boy. He's getting real racy. Casey, and, well, I'll tell you what,
Casey's gonna make him go.
Casey's making it hard
around
for him.
Outside.
He's making it very hard, and so he should. This is for position. For Slothy with the better grip on the outside of that track. And, well, there you go. Takes P10. Casey Jennett slots into P11, and he sees his teammate Kaiser in P9. He's trying to hunt down as well. Interesting to note, as we did touch on, how's he ever so slightly touched on, I Am Sloth and Total Peas, joint championship leaders, Peas in 13th, Sloth in 10th, and we are seeing a change for position. That is Dange getting by Bannister. Bannister's hanging it in there, and we'll have a look at this. Let's see who yields. None of them do. Too wide into, what is that, turn 12, into turn 13. Oh, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. I Am Sloth, what a move. I Am Sloth up into 8th position, and he's caught him napping. He's on the hunt, is Slothy boy.
P's up to 11th. Casey made a bit of a mistake there going into the heavy braking at turn 11. Let a few cars past. Kaiser getting out of the way of his teammate, I Am Sloth. There was team orders there. For sure. Look at this.
Tell you what, look at that. Look at that Sloth. Under. A bit of a tank slapper, and it's cost himself a little bit of time. But takes that 8th position. And Dange, look at Dange and the Sloth. Battle resumes. Sloth has got some pace, but it's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. We'll go back up to the top because Droftas has said, you know what, lads?
gone.
This is my kind of weather. This is my kind of weather. 4.3 seconds over the Geordie Juggernaut in P2. Great showing from these three. Hello Kitty Boys and DJ Death Dragon. Third step of the podium at the moment is we are only on lap 10 of 28, folks. Xerxes having a great showing so far. P4, Elbow, P5, Energetics in P6, and Denge is, whoa, and Denge and Slothy Boy having a bit of a ding-dong, as you do say, Housey. Excuse me. And, well, there you go. Slothy is coming into his own here, mate. Total P's is in 10th position on the hunt for Kaiser as well. So Total P's and Sloth are shadowing each other through the field. And interesting to see where they will end up. We've got Callum and Mazaspin in the chat just pumping each other up. And, well, they're in the best club in the world, they reckon. And all quality from them. We've got the Extremist on the back of Bannister. But hang on the back of Casey. But Bannister on the back of Extremist. And Ramsell, the chiropractor, is there and thereabouts. I'll tell you what, Housey, these boys are not giving us a spell.
Ramsell up the inside of Bannister. Bannister's really had a shocking couple of laps here. He was P7 on the restart. He's down to 13th, 14th, just having a bit of a set to with Ramsell. Ramsell's going to have the inside down into turn 14, so should get the job done. If he hasn't got it done by the braking zone, he should get it done in the braking zone. So not the best a couple of laps for Bannister, but he's going to keep his foot in, keep going, which we welcome. We'll pick him up later. Casey now all over the back of Kaiser, looking for a move around the outside into turn 16, and he does it. Initially, on the entry anyway, and on the exit. Kaiser's not done, but he's going to have to go around the long way. I think Casey's going to make that move stick. He does. Good move from Casey then. A little bit of contact from Kaiser. So P's now right behind Sloth. And look at this battle. Sloth, Energetics, P's. Look at this. They're 3 wide.
Oh! Energetics with a tank slapper and a half. I reckon I am Sloth's mouth. Heart would have been in his mouth there, because if that would have gone all to the left of track, it would have collected Sloth here. And I think Sloth just backed out of it there for a second, knowing that the championship is on the line. He's getting real racy. Energetics is not giving him an inch, and nor should he. This is for position on track, and Slothy is definitely the quicker driver out there at the moment.
That is close.
But Energetics is putting his car in the right position as, how do you say that? Wuta Imco. Wuta Imco. That's what we're going to go. Welcome to the stream. Formula 4 Racing. Follower number 100.
Wuta!
142. And there you go. Let's go. Yes, welcome. As Sloth and Energetics battle resumed. Have a look at this. Slothy Boy on the back. Oh, Energetics got from the curb. And that is heart in mouth kind of stuff here, Housey. Wet curbs, wet track, and around she will go. But, well, I tell you what.
Pease is watching this.
Pease is there and thereabouts as well. Have a look at the two championship leaders.
He's just waiting to pick this up.
He really is.
There we go. He might have a run here. Pease. He's going to have a run around the outside. Sloth hopefully knows he's there. He does. Compromised line from Sloth then. So Pease has got a good exit here from that compromised line from where Sloth had to go defensive into turn 16. Side by side into turn 1.
Have a look at these two battling it out. Oh, have a look at this. There's Sloth. There's Pease. There's Energetics. Oh, Pease will have the inside.
Pease is going to get the inside.
Pease should take it down. Slothy's not done yet. Slothy's hanging in there. This is great battling. Great battling, Housey.
Yeah, great driving there from those two. Sloth slots in behind Pease then, but he's going to look for a move. Pease goes defensive. He's going to have to wait his Sloth. Back up at the front, Droftus now 4.6 seconds in the lead from Charlie Scott. DJ hanging in there 2.5 seconds further back. Zerx P4, LZ Elbow still doing a solid job in P5, and Denge P6. Energetics P7, P's 8th, and Sloth 9th. Casey Janet rounding out our top 10 for the meantime.
Well, I'll tell you what there, mate. Ramsell and Extremist and Kaiser are all very much nose to stern as well. And this is a cracking battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th. They're all trying to force each other into a little bit of a mistake. The Extremist... Well, what has happened there, Hall? What has happened there? Energetics has just dropped a position. And, yeah, there you go. I wonder if Slothy Boy is going to follow suit. Sloth is looking for a toe. Look at Peace trying to break the toe. And, well, Sloth, there's no DRS. Look at Energetics. Extremist is out. Extremist is out. Extremist is out. We've got a full course yellow. Safety car.
10-13.
Safety car. Safety car. And that is it. Extremist is out.
Right. Well, he's going to have to pay to get. It's a good job he has lost his wheels because he'd have to pay to get back in. He's that far off the track. Unfortunately, as the Extremist, he's lost it on the exit of turn 13, the treacherous turn 13. So we have our second safety car. Now, what are we doing? Are we pitting for fresh inters, do we think, or are we going to stick with it?
I tell you what, mate. I tell you what. I mean,
Kaiser's in.
I reckon you'd be crazy to go the rest of the Grand Prix. I mean, they will make it, but they'll be dead towards the end. You're better off taking the hit. Free pit stop under safety car. Everyone will box. A whole new set of inters on,
Kaiser.
because I think if you stay out there on old inters and everyone around you pits for new ones, you're just going to be a sitting duck, especially come towards the end of the Grand Prix there, mate. So I reckon
Kaiser's
we're going to see.
the only one that did.
Well, at the moment, they'll go around again.
He just timed it.
Yeah, it sort of worked out.
Fury in the chat. Hello, Fury. Nice to see you, son. Some more support from the Aussie boys.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Thank you for following. It's Curly.
Curly, the blast from the past. Curly. Yeah. Curly. And, well, he used to be a co-commentator once upon a time. Message. And,
I give him a little chat the other week, actually, and just checked in with him because I hadn't heard from him for a while. I gave him a little message to say, how you going, son? And I hope it's all right, and what you're doing these days. And he was asking me the same questions, and I did tell him about this Formula 4 racing and said, if you get a chance, check it out at some point. He's obviously got that chance tonight, so hello, Curly, and thanks for tuning in.
And he's just realised, bloody hello, do I hear skate? Yes, you do, mate. And how are you, Curly? It has been a while, my friend. This is the new project, Formula 4 Racing. Very, very unique here, mate. Yes, we'll give you a bit of a rundown. Okay, so this, well, where's on the back straight? Shocking cameras. Anyway.
All shot down's down. All shot down's out. All shot down is out. Sorry, that is out of turn 13.
Under safety car. Under safety car. So
yeah, under safety car.
So we've got Droftas leading this one. That is Team Hello Kitty. The way it works is we've got 5 teams out there, 4 drivers per team, all based on a speed base via pots. So if you're the quickest, there's 5 guys into pot 1, 5 into 2, 3, and 4, of course. And the draw is done randomly. They pick their teams. There is 2 divisions. There is an Australian division, and there is a UK or European division. And what we're looking at the moment, that is Team Hello Kitty. That is Droftas leading the way here at Shanghai, China. This is the Geordie Juggernaut, Chazza, Monster Energy, and he is in P2. Xerxes, well, there you go. That is Golf Racing. That is the livery. That's what it looks like. And that is Elbow doing his thing in P5. And Denge, Team Jaguar. And that is what it looks like. And I Am Sloth. That is Rockstar Racing. And, well, that is what the livery looks like. So that is giving you up to speed, so to speak. And, well, that's what we do here, mate. And, yeah, the boys are out there on track, of course. Safety car conditions. We are just on the halfway point of this Grand Prix. And, well, I'll tell you what, Housey, there's a lot of water that, well, you like what I've done there? A lot of water to go under the bridge yet. And, well, I mean, the rain is falling.
So Kaiser and Just Mikey, the only 2 to actually put on fresh inters so far, back down in P15 and P16 respectively. So none of the front runners have elected to put on a fresh set of inters, which, as you said, could be detrimental going forward. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with the other remaining half of the race. This is the second safety car for anybody who's just tuning in of this race.
Oh,
so
Just Mikey has lost his nose. Just Mikey has lost his nose. He will have to box. Have a look at that. No nose, no front wing. And he will have to box again. Droftas is behind the safety car. This will tell us if the safety car is coming in this lap. We'll just keep an eye on those lights above it. And, well, it's going to be a late call if it is. But Droftas,
could be a late one.
I mean, anything can and usually does happen. And Benetton 1992. Yeah, Benetton 92 was a good colour. Yeah, it was a good car. Oh, hang on a minute. Woo! Walker boy! Hey! Subscribe for 2 months in a row. And Walker putting his hand in his pocket. Great stuff from you, Walker. And, well, he's probably engineering these Hello Kitty boys, telling energetics to shut up at some point. It's all friendly banter. And I do know that Walker loves to... well, loves to be a part of it, even though he is not a driver here on this particular grid. But yes, Droftas leading this one, as we did touch on Charlie Scott and DJ top 3. Xerxes P4, Albo P5, and Denge total Ps, 2 Jaguars 6 and 7. Energetics P8, I am Slot P9. Casey Jennett, that is the reserve livery, folks, and that is what it looks like. That is Casey out there doing his thing. And we've got Ramsell, the chiropractor, in P11, LPE, aka Looster the Rooster, out there in P12. Paul Watson, P12. I'll tell you what, these Jaguar boys are teaming up pretty well. Wherever they are, they're 2 and 2. And, well, as you do know, mate, getting a good tow and helping hand from a teammate is always good around here, especially with those 2 long straights. We've got Kaiser out there in P14 and warming up those tyres frantically. You can so...
Zerk's multitasking.
Yeah, Zerk's multitasking. Zerk's should be concentrating on. Should be driving, but he seems to put his 2 cents in. And well, you know what, Xerxes? Come on, mate. You're yeah, and energetics is hard work. He certainly is, mate. And well, Xerxes, keep your focus. Excuse me, folks. Xerxes, keep your focus. Come on, mate. We don't want a repeat of last week. We've got to get this one to the finish line. Safety car is in this lap. We're going to stay with the Geordie Juggernaut Chazza to make sure that the Newportonian doesn't give anything. We don't give anything away what the Newportonian is doing, that being in Droftas. So, yes, let's just say...
Quickly then, we'll just give you a quick rundown of the penalties. I've got the penalty screen up for a second. So Energetics, 5 seconds worth of penalties in P8. Sloth's got 8 seconds worth of penalties in P9. Looster the Rooster, LPE 91's got 3 seconds worth of penalties in P12. Bannister got 5 seconds worth of penalties in 16th place. We have lost all shot down the extremist Mazepin, Callum Tyler, from this race so far. Position change wise, the highest mover is Energetics, up 6 spots into P8. The biggest loser of the one still running is...
We're about to get racing here, Housey. And I think Droftas is gone. Droftas is gone. And, well, I'll tell you what, the Geordie Juggernaut caught napping a little bit there. 9/10 of a second already. 1 second already. I'll tell you what a restart by Droftas. And he has said, catch me if you can, Chazza, because I am out of here. DJ Death Dragon in P3s. Tell you what, the top 5, top 6, top 7, they've all stayed in the same position. Fantastic stuff. I am Sloth looking to make a move on Energetics around the outside. Oh, we'll become the inside for turn 2. Let's have a look at the Rockstar Racing driver, and he's doing a fantastic job. Oh, slight contact. But there you go. I am Sloth makes the move. Energetics
Casey's
have
looking
to
make the most. Yeah, Casey's right on the back of those 2 there. Just getting a bit squirrely though. Out of turn 4 is Casey, so he's going to have to wait. As Zerks is dropping here. Dropped a couple of positions. Down to 6th.
Oh, he certainly has. Down to 7th. He got swamped by the Jaguars. He got absolutely swamped. So we've missed what's happened to Xerxes. Sloth is next. Yeah. He sees Xerxes on track. Xerxes, does he have a full front wing? Has he got any damage?
No, yeah, he has. No, he has. He's fine. Just obviously a momentary lapse of concentration. I think he's got all his wing. I'm pretty sure he has.
As All Shot Down is in the chat.
He's about to get done by Sloth.
Whoops, I never thought I'd never hit a teammate. Oh, All Shot Down, I'll tell you what. All Shot Down, Monster Energy, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a big debrief happening at...
under safety car as well.
Well, under safety car in even Monster Energy Racing team. So these boys, there's going to be a bit of a debrief, and Xerxes, I think, there you go. Karma from Walker.
Big time. Xerxes is struggling. Sloth's got him. Now Energetics has got him.
I'll tell you what, Casey Jennings might have him as well. And as Walker is just saying to Xerxes, well, tell him off again. Karma. So there you go. Walker throwing his 2 cents in. And Casey Jennings Walker. What's going on with Xerx? Xerx is dropping like a stone. And he's down into 11th position there, Housey. What is going on? Oh no, what a disastrous restart.
He's still in control of his car. Oh, who's that? It's Anden, just my boy. He's gone round. Turn 1. I never said that. I'm just going to adopt it now, just because you keep banging on about it. So, sod it. I'm going with it. It's my boy Anden, so we've got Jaguars now. 11, 12,
Xerxes is around! Xerxes is around! Oh no! It's gone from good to bad to worse. And what has happened to Xerxes? What has
Where
happened
is his
to him?
car? Oh, there it is.
What has happened
He's
to
had
him?
a terrible restart. I'm not sure. I was just trying
Oh,
to check to make
migrating
sure he was still
host.
in control of his car.
Migrating her. Xerxes has left
Xerxes
the
left.
session. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can get him an invite back into the session.
Oh, I'm not sure whether that yet.
If this will work or
Carry
not.
on. Who are you on board with?
Oh,
I'll
shit.
keep it running down.
Okay, so we can't do that because it says an error has occurred. I think Xerxes is in a bit of a trouble. That me done, he reckons. There you go. And Xerxes is out of the session and can't even invite him back into the session, mate. Look at this. Look, how to invite. Oh, there you go. An error has occurred. So, Callum Tyler has sent him one. Thank you, Callum. Callum doing the right thing there. Much appreciated, Cal. Good stuff by you. And yes, Droftas leading this
Xerxes
one.
is saying he left. He might have left on purpose there. I'm not sure whether he was having some issues before that or not. I'm not quite sure. We'll pick that up later. So back at the top, Droftas out in the lead, 1.2 seconds over Charlie Scott. DJ Death Dragon in third, LZ Elbow having a solid performance in fourth, it must
He
be
really
said.
is. He really
Pease
is.
going side by side with Elbow now, actually, is that? Yes, I think it is.
Oh, Pease.
Yeah, Pease and
Pease is
Elbow.
doing a bit of a flex at
Be
the top of the
careful,
tree.
boys.
And have a look at
Be
that. He's in the
careful.
fourth position. Elbow gets a bit tail happy. Look at
Got it.
Sloth.
Look who's behind.
Look who's behind.
Yeah.
Slothy boy. He's going to make a move. He certainly is going to make a move
Where
into
you
turn
go, I
4,
go.
turn 5, turn 6.
Ooh,
Oh,
touched him.
bit of a
Touch
touch
Pease.
there for
Touch
Total
Pease.
Pease and Sloth. And Elbow hanging around there. He's going to take the inside line. Sloth will have to yield. Sloth will have to yield.
Ooh,
Is he
touch
going to?
there
Is
as
he
well.
going to? Yes, he does. He thinks better of it. Live to fight another day, Slothy boy. And that slots him into P6. Yeah. Have a look at this. Have a look at this from DJ Death Dragon. Total Pease, LZ Elbow, and I Am Sloth is a battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, Housie. Fantastic.
Yep. Well, Sloth has got those penalties. Unfortunately, you can see his championship rival, Pease, as we've said a few times, joint on points, but Sloth's got those penalties at the moment, so it looks like the championship could be swinging back to Pease. We'll see, though. We've still got 10 laps of this race to go. Who else is
10
close?
laps.
Casey Janet is close to Energetics. Close battle there, as Pease is looking close on DJ. Sloth's looking close as well. I'm on board with Casey. Going left, going right from Energetics. Sends it up the inside. He's going to be late. Going to run a little bit wide. This is gonna
Oh, they're both around. We just caught that. Bit of a tank slapper from Casey. Clipped the back of Energetics. Energetics has spun. And oh no, from good to bad to worse, as Casey will have to replace that front wing, I dare say, mate. And
I don't think it's damaged.
Well, I would replace it anyway, especially around here, being those long sweeping corners. Any form of sort of damage, any light damage is just detriment to your progress. And let's just see if they've got a front nose waiting. Yes, they do.
Yeah,
yes, they do. So there you go. Casey looking
damaged,
for Total Pease is making a move on DJ Death Dragon. Total Pease is up into the. Whoa, is he going to get it? DJ's hanging it in there.
No.
And well, there you go.
Look who's there again. Look who's there again.
That's Mr. Sloth.
Look backwards.
Mr. Sloth, and I tell you what, Sloth is not letting Pease out of his sight. These two are tied on points for the championship lead, ladies and gentlemen. And while DJ adds Sloth, this is great. These two are great mates. And well, DJ not given an inch, nor should he. Battle for position on track. No one has boxed. I tell you what, the freshest guys out there on the tyres is Kaiser. He's in P10 on 5 lap old inters, not really making too much inroads on the guy in front. We've also got Bannister.
3
lap old inters as well. Fresh inters for Casey, as we did touch on just Mikey there, and Xerxes down at the very back. And as we pay a bit of homage to the chat, we've got Curly there saying this looks like a quick field. Yes, it's not too bad there, Curly.
Yes, it is.
It's a pretty quick and consistent field. These boys are masters of their craft and going at it as Sloth getting very impatient behind DJ. He's going to go around the outside. DJ with a tank stopper coming out of 15. Slothy takes that position up into 4th. And, well, right behind Total Pease. Turn 16, Slothy exits. And that is a lap here at China. I'm going to put the driver of the day poll in, Owsy. So I will, where's the closest battle? We'll go to Andenge, your boy Andenge. And I am going to put a driver of the day poll in the chat.
And Danger then having to go around the outside of Ramsel into turn 1. Ramsel's got the inside line, so I think he's going to hold on to it, but obviously this is going to equate to the inside line for Andenge into turn 3. So Andenge does get that move done. The Jaguar Racing lad gets himself up. It's Jaguars P3, P7, P9, P11 as it stands at the moment. And look at the gap Andenge has just put on LZ in a matter of meters, really. So Andenge looking to fight back from that earlier mistake. Where else? I know you're viewing Andenge, but I'm just having a look for some close battles on the track. It probably is LZ, Albo and DJ's the next closest battle at this point in time. Droftus is now the lead down to 0.7, 0.8 from Charlie Scott. P still sits P3, Sloth P4, DJ P5, LZ Albo P6, Andenge P7, Ramsel having a cracking race in P8. Looster the Rooster actually having a good race in P9. Very good. Let's hope he can keep it there to the finish. Kaiser in P10th, Paul Watson in 11th, Bannister in 12th, Energetics in 13th, our reserve driver of Casey in 14th, Just Mikey in 15th, and Zerks in AI in 16th. We've lost all shot down, Extremist Mazaspin, Callum Tyler. Droftus then starts lap 21 of 28. We've got 7 to go. The lead down to 0.6, so Charlie Scott is reining Droftus in here.
He really is.
Creeping. Yeah,
he really is. The driver of the day poll has gone out, folks.
Closest battle.
Get your votes in. Get your votes in. And yes, that will determine our driver of the day. Can only put 5 in there, folks. And well, they were the 5 that I thought of that would be the best fit. I do apologise if I have missed anybody that should be in there, but I think I've done it okay. The only one that it probably could have possibly have made the call would have been Charlie Scott, but well, I mean, let's just see what happens, of course. But yeah, like I said, only 5 could be put in. The 5 are there. Get your votes in, and that will determine the driver of the day. As Housey did touch on, lap 21 of 28 here, folks, and this one is starting to settle down finally. We've got Bannister out there in P12, just 6 tenths behind Paul Watson. Oh, as Paul Watson goes a bit deep, Bannister giving him the respect to rejoin on track, and there you go. Paul Watson will keep that 11th place, but I tell you what, Bannister's looking real racy behind him. It is the closest battle out there on track. The gaps have started to open up. Albo is starting to drift further behind DJ Death Dragon as Looster the Rooster cops a 3-second time penalty for his efforts.
That could hurt the drive of the day, vote.
I think it could, mate. I think it could. So there you go. The gaps are opening up.
Let's
go back down to Bannister because this is the closest battle on track.
Yeah, bit of a mistake from Paul Watson, so Bannister just needs to keep this one tidy, and he's going to get a good run down the back straight here. Paul Watson went deep into turn 11, so Bannister just needs to tuck in here. Which way is he going to go? To the right, to the left? Paul Watson doesn't make this difficult, doesn't take a defensive line. So Bannister up then to P11, Paul Watson down to 12. Interestingly enough, now that's LPE, Bannister and Paul Watson all up 8 places at the moment, so equal for all of them.
Oh, Casey Jenner just gets by Energetics on the back straight there, Housey. And that is the reserve driver taking 13th place over Energetics, demoted to 14th. That is fresh Inters versus quite worn Inters. 22 of 28, 6 remaining, Housey. 6 remaining. As Kaiser's starting to reel in LPE, and the Rockstar driver starting to fire up. And have a look at Andenge. Andenge is starting to waken up as well. Maybe these boys were doing a bit of ERS saving. And Denge is starting to close into Albo.
Tyre conserving as well, because those boys have been on those tyres for a long time now. What's that? Who's been on them the most? We've got 16 laps from Ramsel.
Yeah, he's the leader of the bunch on the tyre wear. So yeah, definitely the rest.
6 to go.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. They should. Whoa! Who is that? That's Albo. Albo, getting it all wrong. And Denge, candy from a baby. Thank you very much, he says. And well, takes that 6th position from Albo. Let's have a look at the top 6. We've got 2 kiddies in there. We've got 2 Jaguars in there. 1 Monster and 1 Rockstar. So well, there you go. That is the top 6 at the moment. And well, the close Charlie Scott still can't get within that.
As well.
He's still within 9 tenths, 8 tenths. It's been bouncing like that for the last couple of laps. Droftus just doing his thing, matching Charlie Scott. Chazza, the Geordie juggernaut for pace. as we'll go back down to Kaiser. Kaiser's just taken LPE.
Kaiser and LPE.
There you go. Look at LPE on the outside. He's not done yet, but I dare say Kaiser should have the corner.
Take a leaf out of old boy's book here and go for the switcheroo.
The switcheroo, yes.
That was a brilliant move.
It was a great move from the lad. He done a couple of good overtakes. There's been some here in this division as well. As Kaiser, LPE peels off into the pit lane. Kaiser takes that 9th position away from LPE. And we will go back up. The gaps have opened up. We'll go down to Paul Watson. Paul Watson is on the back of Bannister. Yes, we did see Bannister overtake Paul Watson, but he hasn't kind of gapped him as much as he probably would have liked at this late stage of the Grand Prix. He's starting to creep away ever so slightly now, is Bannister, as Ann Denge is reeling in DJ Death Dragon. DJ Death Dragon, well, I wonder if those tyres are starting to feel the pinch. They are 1 lap older than Ann Denge, and, well, that 1 lap could mean the world when they come to off the cliff time there.
LPE just pitted there for a fresh set of inters with only 6 to go, or 5, 6 to go. There was no wing damage, so he didn't need to pit. It was just sheerly for tyres alone. So maybe these tyres are just to the end of their life now. We could have a spicy few last laps here on the edge of grip, if that is to be the case.
I think so, mate. I think so. We're going to stay with Ann Denge and DJ Death Dragon.
Yeah,
this is a battle for 5th. And if you have a look at that, Albo is coming into the picture as well. So and there also is Ramsell trying to catch up to this group. So there you go. You can see the gap distance very much plain to see. 0.6 of a second. And Denge starting to fire up here, Housey. And the Jaguar driver trying to make amends. Chazza knows what he's doing, is what All Shot Down is saying. Well, I mean, let's not delve into Chazza's thought processes, shall we? I mean, he's a great lad. He's a great lad. The Geordie Juggernaut.
And Denge, he's looking for a move on DJ here. Can he get close enough into turn 1? He's closed the gap up to 0.3. Obviously, Sloth up ahead. He did have 8 seconds worth of penalties last time I checked, so Sloth's really going to be in trouble over the line where it comes to DJ and Denge, possibly even Elbow and Ramsell. Maybe just creep there as well, so not what Sloth wants at all. We'll see where that goes. We've got 4 laps to go, and Denge now all over the back of DJ.
No worries, Curly.
Move around the outside. Mate. Out of the 5th, yeah, nice one, Curly. Catch you later. Good to see you. And Denge then the DJ side by side on the exit of turn 6.
Oof!
That
was very, very close. And Denge gives him a little bump. Oh, DJ gives him a bump for measure. And there you go. And Denge takes that 5th place. And a bit of argy-bargy from these two out there. Yes, the Jaguar driver and the Hello Kitty driver. And DJ had to relinquish. He had to relinquish. And Denge is, well, there you go. Look at him. DJ hanging on for that 0.5 of a second. No DRS. The rain is falling, has been falling for the majority of the Grand Prix. And, well, these boys are starting to come into their own. The Newportonian Droftas is starting to stretch his legs over the Geordie Juggernaut in Charlie Scott. 1.4 seconds now here, Housey, as Total Peas is starting to reel him in. It's still 3.5 seconds is the great man Total Peas, but he's sitting there in that podium position. Let's just go to the penalties for everybody at home. As you did touch on, I Am Sloth, 8 seconds worth of time penalties, and Denge just 8.6 seconds behind Sloth. So this is going to be interesting. Can Slothy hang on for the next 3 laps? We've got Albo out there with 3 seconds, and we've got Bannister with 5, Casey Jennett with 3, LPE with 6, and Energetics with 8.
Yep. So far, again, position changes. Bannister up 9, Paul Watson up 9, Total P's up 7. That's your top 3. Biggest loser, obviously, Zerk's out there in AI at the moment, dropped 11 places. Apart from that, there's not really many people that have dropped positions. Charlie Scott dropped 1, Sloth dropped 1, and Denge dropped 1, Ramsell dropped 2, Energetics dropped 1. So most people up here with 3 to go now.
Tell you what, 3 laps remaining, Housey. 3 laps remaining, and Droftas just doing his thing, managing that gap.
Yeah, he's pulling it out now.
Managing those tyres, managing that ERS. The Geordie Juggernaut has 50%. Droftas has 80%. So Droftas just managing like a champion. And P1 at the moment. Charlie Scott P2. Total P's P3. And, well, I Am Sloth is cooking his ERS. He's got 27% remaining. And same with Denge, roughly around the same amount. Gap, but he's trying to keep that gap. Exactly right. I Am Sloth has 8 seconds of penalties. And he needs that 8 seconds in hand.
9.2 now.
to keep that the fourth position.
Yep, he's doing so at this moment in time, as we just said. It's probably pulled out, what, a second and a bit on Endenge in that lap. So Endenge might have to settle for fifth, unless DJ can get back at him with a few laps to go. Close battle then. What else have we got going on? Paul Watson, just over a second now away from Bannister. LPE on those fresh inters. I'm just having a quick look at him, see how he's going.
Well, it's pretty much a formality. Pretty much a formality from this point on, I dare say, unless somebody does anything drastic. There is Xerxes. Xerxes is disconnected. He is ghosting. And there you go, the Newportonian, straight through him. And that's what ghosting does, ladies and gentlemen. Disconnected driver, you can drive straight through it. Yes, let's go to the fastest lap. And the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. What am I doing? I'm in the wrong bloody thingo. There it is.
Kaiser. It is Kaiser. 161.
Kaiser, baby! P9 with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And, well, I wonder if the Newportonian's just keeping something in his back pocket. He's not far off that very bloody close. So, let's just see.
So is Sloffy, though. Look, Sloffy's close as well. Look at Sloff and Droftus' time. 2:81 versus a 2:85.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So, there you
very
go.
Close.
And total pieces fastest lap. Interesting to note. That can't be right. It's a 1 minute 39.1, so that can't be right. Surely that can't be right. So, well, anyway.
Oh, we've got Jaguar in trouble. Who is it? It's LPE out of turn 4. Unfortunately, then, so those fresh tyres haven't really worked out for LPE. He was having a cracking race, but and I'm sure, hopefully, he won't mind me saying this. He's just got to get it to the flag because he is due a decent enough solid finish. Has had far too many DNSs or DNFs, unfortunately, for LPE. So, just to bring this home to the flag, I'm sure he'll be happy about that one.
Well, Droftas takes out the driver of the day, and rightly so, as voted by you, the viewers. Suicide 5, you bellend. 30,400 channel points he spent on his boyfriend in Droftas, and well, there you go. So.
Similar. This is that's well, hang on, was that suicide? Yeah, that's teammates then, isn't it?
That's teammates.
So should we allow that?
Oh, as Walker tastes good, should try it. Me and Pills take it in turns. Well, I'll tell you what, Xerxes got his knickers in a bit of a knot, and just hasn't had a good run of it as lately as the Xerx man. And, well, yeah. Well, we won't comment on his progress, but I'm sure he knows well and truly that he's due for a good result, and it just hasn't happened.
I told him that earlier on today, actually. Unfortunately, I was trying to give him a good G up earlier. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked that way.
No,
he's going to probably blame me for the weather and his terrible drive.
Yeah, mate, there's a statement I will read after this Grand Prix. Oh, actually, I might as well read it now, because I was asked...
Read it now.
I was asked by the glorious Mr. 25 on his thoughts of his race prior to the Grand Prix, and I said to him, this was my statement. Over the past, I have learned not to give predictions on people who DM me about an upcoming race that I commentate in, especially on that day. It always looks like it's going to happen, then it doesn't. It usually ends up in tears. So I'm going to politely refuse to answer your questions or give you my opinions on where I think you should finish. Official statement, Formula 4 Racing. So there you go. So, yeah, no more predictions. I do not want to be responsible for anybody's mishaps. But I'll tell you what, the Newportonian, that in Droftas, the birthday boy, just what the doctor ordered. He's just got to bring this one home. Leading this Grand Prix here, Shanghai, China, the driver of the day as well. Tell you what, he's just looking to clean him up. His Droftas. Charlie Scott, great solid race in P2 and total P's in third position.
P4 in the championship is Droftas. Let me just flick the Bible over.
Hear the pages.
Yeah, sorry. So Droftas, what did I say he was? P4. No, that's the European side. Get to the right page. Yeah,
Droftas is fourth in the championship.
Is 166 points. So he's going to get healthy points here. And Denger's ahead of him by 11 points on 177. So it could be a swap there.
I'll tell you
We'll
what,
see.
Casey Jennett has
We are
just
on the
got
last
by
lap, though.
Casey Jennett has just got by Bannister, and that takes him the 10th position. But we're staying with Droftas. And Droftas, well, approaching the last 3 corners, 14 and 15. There's 2 classified corners here, believe it or not. There you go. There's 15. And 16 is just ahead of him. The last corner of the Grand Prix. The new Portonian, the birthday boy, wins here in Shanghai, China. Charlie Scott. Charlie Scott. He's not going to take it. He's going to get dropped down to third. Peace takes second. Scott third. Slothy will take fourth. And he's done enough. And Denge will get fifth. And DJ.
Up to 12 seconds, the gap.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Sloth really hammering the last few laps just to keep that P4. And then the Jaguar Racing. My boy, going to take P5. Good solid result. DJ crosses the line. P6.
Elbow, 7th.
Elbow in
Ramsell will be 8th. He jumps Elbow.
Jumps to 7th.
He certainly does. Elbow's dropping like a stone. Where is Casey Jennett? He's got time penalty, so I dare say Elbow will finish 9th. Casey Jennett.
Elbow's fine now. Yeah.
There you go. And the running order, we'll see how this one unfolds as we go through. Bannister, P11. Paul Watson will take 12th. Just Mikey, there he is there, coming out of 15. LPE is a good mile behind him. Where is LPE? There he is there. So the 2 Jaguar boys, a bit of argy-bargy as well. But there you go. Just Mikey will take 13th. LPE 14th. Energetics 15th. And Xerxes rounds out the grid. We did have 4 retirements or DNFs. And that was all shot down. The extremist, Mazzersmith and Callum Tyler.
Where is it? Fastest lap. So Kaiser does take the fastest lap in the end on that 1:35, 1:61. No one else could challenge him.
As we wait for this countdown clock to tick over, folks, we'll get to the podium celebrations.
Just at the end of the race, it dries up as well.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. And LPE, loose to the rooster, he's out there on slicks. He's out there on slicks, so he tried to read it, tried to throw everything at it, and, well, I mean, it dried up too late indeed as they are struggling. Loose to the rooster is taking out signs just to complete his run. That is the end of the Grand Prix. He's taking out all of them, to be honest, as, well, I tell you what, the boys are starting to join up, and I've got to get Charlie Scott, the Geordie Juggernaut, in here as well as the new Portonian doing his thing behind the scenes as he always does. But yes, this one has been run and won by Droftas, Total P 2nd, and Charlie Scott, Geordie Juggernaut, P3. We'll wait for this. Still waiting for this countdown clock. I thought this was all meant to be fixed, the new update, so we don't have to waste time. But of course, we've got to piddle paddle for another 30 more seconds. Oh, there we go. As I do talk about it.
We're waiting for Energetics to cross the line. That was all.
Of course, we're waiting for the Dutchman. Of course, we are. Energetics doing his thing as Energetics does. I do apologise for my voice. I am suffering from hay fever, big time, Housey, and the voice is getting all croaky. The nose is all nasally. And we're going to have to sort that out for the next stream, I reckon. But there you go. Droftas, what is that celebration? Oh, no, that is disappointing to say the least. But there you go. Holds that trophy aloft. Up in China, a bit of a spray. There you go. Total P's takes the 2nd position. I tell you what, the Geordie Juggernaut, P3. And I wonder if we're going to get the pleasure of speaking to the great man, Geordie Juggernaut. We'll just wait for these timing screens for the stewards to do their job, of course. And there we go. So Droftas wins by 3.3 seconds in the end over Total P's. Charlie Scott, P3. And then your boy, P4. I'm Sloth, P5. DJ Death Dragon, 6th. Ramsell, 7th. Kaiser with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 1 minute 35.161. As we will go down to the bottom. And just for the stewards, like I did touch on, all shot down. The extremists, Mazzersmith and Callum Tyler, all DNF'd. And we did have a disconnected Xerx. So there you go. We're just going to go on a brief pause, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure all the drivers are in, and we will get this one underway.
Corner of the last lap. It'd be me.
Well, there you go.
Perfect.
I've just done a rookie error, Chazza. I had us all on mute. Let me introduce the third place man again, the Geordie Juggernaut, Chazza. And tell you what, yes, well, this is a bit of a repeat for us in the commentary box, but for those who didn't hear it, yes, he did cross the line in second. That time penalty just did hamper him taking that second position in the end. Third in the end, Chazza. Great drive by you, mate.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, to be fair. Like the first half of the race was quite slow. Dropped us, ended up getting a gap of about, I think it was about 5 seconds in the end, and then the safety car came out, closed the grid back up, and then I ended up sticking with him, and then ended up getting a penalty.
Well, come on, hang on a minute. I'm going to cut you off, Chazza. What's going on, mate? What is going on? You finished third. It sounds like you finished dead last with a DNF. Come on, son, fire up. You got some good points here, brother. And, well, you are 12th in the driver's standing. This is going to be a big chunk full of points coming your way. Fire up there, son. Great result, mate. Great result. So, well, there you go. So, that is the Geordie Juggernaut. Man, a few words. Maybe a bit gun-shy. But great to have him back in the top end where he belongs. And the Monster Energy driver. Yes, looking forward to having more driver interviews with him. And at least he does them, unlike one. I am Sloth. But, yes, Sloth, he did not make the podium position. But great drive by you, Chazza. Looking forward to seeing you finally fire up for the rest of the season. And where are we next, Howes? We're at the USA, I do believe. So
USA, Kota, yeah.
Is that a strong track for you, Chaz?
I'd say so. From the races I've done in the past round there, I've done quite well. So
well, there you go. Not throwing any predictions out there is the Geordie Juggernaut. I guess we'll have to tune in. You'll all have to tune in and wait and see to see where the great man does finish. But we'll move to our great drive there, Chazza, and look forward to seeing you doing your thing next week at USA. It's a great drive on your third position. Congratulations, mate.
No, cheers. Thanks.
We'll move to our second place man, a man who's been estranged from finishing the Grand Prix, Housey. But I tell you what, the last couple of weeks, he's seen Slothy Boy come up to him and overtake him. But I tell you what, he's just put the foot down and said, you know what, Sloth, I'm taking this one out, son. And you just sit behind me there, brother, and I'll take P2. And Sloth, I think, did finish in 4th position there, Housey. But Total Peas, Total Peas takes the second step on the podium. And, well, congratulations, Peas, on, well, has to say, very tricky conditions after a poor qualifying from your own standards there, my friend.
Yeah, I pulled my party trick again, my crashing in quality, which I don't even know what the amount of times I've done it this season, but yeah, I did it again in Q2, and yeah, and I didn't help the start of my race, so I ended up going into the back of Sloth anyway on lap 1, because I broke too late, had to get a new wing, and then I didn't pit again when everyone else pit for inters, so I was back to the back of the grid again, and then from there I was just trying to get through the field as quick as possible.
Well, I mean, you did a phenomenal job, and you gave us all the entertainment we could have asked for, and there was some quality overtakes, and not to mention during qualifying, even during the race there, during the safety car period, there's a bit of banter between you and your old sparring partner. Yes, you guessed it, folks. Infamous Pillars joined in and did say that he would be back from next week. So, well, I wonder if the sparks are going to fly again, Peace. I wonder if the sparks are going to fly again. But it was quite a beautiful read, that was.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's good to be him back. He can stare at my rear wing for the
hey, there it is. There it is. So, well, Peas takes the championship lead yet again. And, well, 7 races to go, Peas. USA next. What are your thoughts approaching the USA Grand Prix?
I have no idea. I don't know if I'll be quick or not, but I'll be back here. It'll be first, second, or third, but I'll be back here.
Oh, there you go.
Right,
He's called it. He's called it. We're looking forward to catching up with Peas again next week on another great drive there, Peas. Congratulations on your second place result. Phenomenal effort by you from qualifying 10th place. So, well, great drive, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And I tell you what, folks, we will go. The time has come. It has been the weekend for the Newportonian. Birthday boy on Sunday. He won today. And, well, I do believe, did he take pole position? I can't quite remember. We'll have to go through my notes. He did. There you go. He's done the pole position.
Charlie was.
Oh,
Sorry,
no, Charlie Scott. Well, I thought I was getting a bit excited there. Getting a bit excited. But we welcome none other than the Pot 1 driver, Team Hello Kitty boss man. And that is the Newportonian Droftas. Droftas, what a drive. Just managing the gap. Great start by you, mate. And from that point on, it was just a matter of... managing the tyres, managing the ARS, because it looked like you had this one well and truly under control.
Yeah, I was surprised with the start. I'm usually awful and go backwards, but it was like shit off a shovel today. Great. No, the game changer was watching all those losers not pit for the inters early on.
There you go. Yes. Well, that's very finely put. Yes, carry on.
You can only say it when you've won. You can't say it if you don't finish.
Yeah, that's I don't
get
exactly
to say
right.
it much.
The winner gets all those accolades that come with winning a Grand Prix. Of course, the rest are all losers, and that is Droftas sharing the love. But I tell you what, mate, that was a quality race by yourself, and like I did say, it was just almost a formality for you, mate. Managing the tyres, managing the gaps, keeping sure you were, well, there was no threat of DRS, of course. It was wet for most of that Grand Prix. Yes, there was a first few dry laps, and that's where you got the job done. And then from that point on, it was all action behind you, Droftas, so not really much to report. Pretty much a lonesome race by yourself. Would you say that would be pretty much on the money, mate?
It wasn't until the safety car which closed the gap from Chaza, and then he was just there constantly.
Yeah.
Not going away.
Yeah.
And it was between trying to keep Chaza at the gap and manage the tyres because they were dying. And keeping an eye on Peas because Peas closed about 8 seconds on us both once he cleared the field.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, Peas was definitely looking to fire up, but he fired up a bit late, did the great man. So, well, this championship is starting to fire up too, Droftas, and well, you're not too far off, mate. And what could have been if you admit, a couple of connection issues, a couple of Codemasters issues? What could have been? But the season is still young. Still got 7 rounds remaining, mate. Yes, I know you're going to be missing one at some point, but at the same time, mate, you're still clocking up these results, and that's what matters. Only, like I said, what could have been? You could have been a championship leader at this very point in time. We're not going to digress on that being connection errors and all that sort of stuff, but I tell you what, it is firing up. I am Sloth Total Piece, 200 apiece, and Denge 177, and yourself on 166 prior to this race. So, well, it's anyone's game at the moment, mate, and you're well and truly in the mix.
Yeah, we've all had connection issues. Peas has had his share as well. So
yeah, that's right.
And Chaza.
This morning.
So it's just whoever gets lucky with Codemasters. If we can all stay connected, it should be a decent battle to the end.
That's exactly right. Well, I'll tell you what,
and
folks.
Hopefully, as long as Peas doesn't win, I'm happy, to be honest.
well, I mean,
anyone but Peas.
Well, anyone, even Pillars. Even you say you call it.
He's not going to win. He's not going to turn up. He says that he's going to turn up. Useless. Waste of time.
Well, there you go. Oh, well, the new Fortonian is
Time trial merchant pillars anyway.
He's thrown down the gauntlet, and I wonder if the Amigo is listening. He's got to fire a shot. He hasn't fired a shot in months, and looking forward to seeing.
He'll be in a fetal position, weeping like normal.
Oh, absolutely brilliant from you, Droftas. As usual, the banter continues. It is alive and well here at Formula 4 Racing. And, well, I'll tell you what, Housey, it's probably a good note to end this one on. For those 10 viewers that are still remaining in the chat, I'm going to send you somewhere else just to keep the... the stream community alive and well. And just give us a moment while I will raid another stream, another league. And there's not many on at this time on a Monday. But yes, you can catch us next week. 7:30 p.m. AEDT. Yes, Daylight Savings Time. Or 8 p.m. BST for the next installment of the UK division. Let me just put this raid in for the chat. How's have you got anything to add, mate?
No, a brilliant race there. Some great racing we've seen across the two divisions today. Some great overtakes. Obviously, the weather really spicing that race up. Safety cars to play. I'll give a shout out if I can to Ramsel, P7 there. I think he was feeling a little unjustified in the chat, but for a pot 4 driver,
yeah, he's
good qualifying.
The chiropractor
good
is really
race
firing
result.
Up.
P7. So absolutely a top performance from Ramsel, and see if he can go one better next week. Obviously, looking forward to the good old US of A.
That's
the
it.
Best country in the world.
Loosey goosey.
Next week, and we'll see how we go.
That's it. So, well, that is it. That is it, folks. That was the European division run and won by Droftas. P2 was Total Peas. P3 was the Geordie Juggernaut, that being Chazza. We're going to end this one. I've been your host, See Me Skate. To the left of me, my co-commentator, my co-host, as always, doing a fantastic job, the Statman 2.0. Hello there, Housey. We are Formula 4 Racing. For us, now, goodbye.